Okay, we're live now.
I literally said I focus my healing intent on my intestines, and
Rainbow Phoenix is in the house.
started
Paul
to
is
work.
here.
Talking
Sorry.
to it. I agree, man.
It sounds crazy. I just think we forgot.
What's that? How we can manifest our destiny?
Yeah.
Hey, Paula, how are you? We're live, guys. So, yeah, we're streaming on YouTube, on the YouTube. Somebody else is here now. Holy cow.
Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yay.
Chris. Chris is here. Let's see who Chris is. Hello, Chris. Who are you? You're muted. You got to unmute yourself. Lower left-hand corner. Unmute yourself. Okay. But yeah, do you have the Book of Thomas or the Gospel of Thomas anywhere handy, Paula?
Well, which version? It's been translated a couple different times by different people. Which one are we using?
The one that Gospel of Thomas. Chris, you got to unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Right here. Lower left-hand corner.
Okay, do you hear me?
Yep, there we go.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Is this Christina Mild?
It's Christine Mildy. Yes. Hi, Steve. You wouldn't believe what I had to go through to get Zoom up and running. I'm so glad to be here.
Great. You're live now, so yeah, if you want to be seen or if you want your icon to be seen as you're talking, you're going to have to go with the video feed. Otherwise, you can just talk in the background like Paula and Nomad are.
Okay, I'll join you and listen, and I'll figure it out next time.
Okay, that's cool. You can still talk. I'm not telling you to shut up or anything.
Well,
what are you looking at, Jerry?
I'm looking at TV. You know,
may I introduce you guys to Christina Mildy? I call her Christina Mild. I don't know why, but Rodney is Nomad, and he's in the house. And Rainbow Phoenix is Paula. She's in the house. And this is Jerry Runky Monkey. And everybody say hi to Christina Mildy.
Hello, Christina.
Hey, guys. Good morning. And it's Christine. Thank you very much, Steve.
Okay. Sorry, sweetheart.
Christine. Okay.
That's okay.
What verse do you want?
So you're probably going to be using the Gnostic Society Library, the Gospel of Thomas collection, I'm guessing?
I've got it right here. It is... Uh-oh.
Hey, guys. Can I ask a quick technical question?
You sure can.
Okay, thank you. On Zoom, in order to unmute, I had to give permission to record. So I've got a recording button on that indicates it's recording.
Yes, I'm recording it.
Okay, got it. And the other question is, you guys can't see me, right? You just see my icon.
We don't even see that because I don't have the icon viewable.
Okay.
Right, you guys?
Right, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. I'm on BibleArchaeology.org.
Okay, let's all Google that and go there then. Bible Archaeology.org. .org.
So now on my cell phone, can I Google and Zoom will continue to run?
Yes, you can.
Okay, great. So we're looking
up. If you want to share something, just
in the event you can't find that, you can also go to gnosis.org and just put in Gospel of Thomas.
But that will cause confusion because we need to use the translation that he's using.
It's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same.
Well, there was one that I found that was translated by two guys and one that was translated by a lady. So they could be just enough.
Yeah, this one's transferred by the two guys, or translated by the two guys, Stephen J. Patterson and James M. Robinson.
Now I'm at the page. Now how do I get to the Thomas one?
These are the hidden words that the living Jesus spoke, and Didymus Judas Thomas wrote them down.
Biblical archaeology. All right.
Yep.
Guess we go to free ebooks.
In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus said what? In the July August issue of the Biblical Archaeology Review. That's what this is from. So just giving credit where credit is due.
Right.
And there are hidden words that, okay, these are hidden words of the living Jesus spoke, and I just said that. Okay, first he said, whoever finds the meaning of these words will not taste death. Well, we all know what that means, right?
Right.
Jesus says the one who seeks should not cease seeking until he finds. And when he finds, he will be dismayed. And when he is dismayed, he will be astonished. And he will be king over the all. What are you guys' take on that?
King over all, king over himself, because somewhere also in the Bible it says, do not have a king over you, except yourself, basically. And then the next verse it says, and they had a king over them, but it wasn't their own. So, yeah.
Do you have an opinion there, Jerry?
Nah, I'm just listening right now. I don't think I've ever heard this book. I might have.
Yeah, this is the one where the lion eats. You'll see it'll become familiar. There's a lot of stuff in here that you've said to me, actually. So
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any opinion, Christine?
No, actually, I don't. I'm just kind of new to this, but if I take a look at each of those lines, I would say, isn't it the almighty truth that, we seek and we continue seeking. And when we do discover some truths, aren't we dismayed at the truths in a multitude of realms that we find?
Yes.
When we are dismayed, are we not astonished? It's painful. Sometimes it's beautiful. A lot of times it's super painful. And as we acquire these truths, I agree with you, the gal who mentioned, we'll be king of ourselves once we understand the truth.
Yes. That's exactly what I was going to say. And I think that when you're dismayed for reasons that the truth that you thought was the truth isn't the truth anymore.
Yeah.
And you become astonished because the truth that you find out is really the truth is so far beyond our realm of understanding that it's like holy snikes. And then and he will be king over the all. The all, in my opinion, is the demiurge, which is Jesus Christ, which is the light, the pineal light. And you become above that even because you create that with God. That's what I think that means. And that's what Phyllis stated.
Well stated. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Steve, do you think
okay, the link is in the live chat now. Nice.
Awesome.
That is
what now?
Do you think there's any correlation with that in the video we watched earlier?
Awesome. Yes, I do. That's why I brought this. What now? That's why this show came forth was actually that video.
Okay.
He's referring to a video about it's Crow 777. He did a video about some video footage he filmed back in April or May of 2016. It's the very same video of the Mercury, or it's not the same video, but I mean it's the same time frame as when Paul Cox of the SLU Astronomy Guild or whatever they are did the Mercury transit and showed that there was a second sun next to the sun. And oddly enough, that same image that he had is exactly where Paul Cox pointed out the second sun to be. Am I right, Rodney?
Yeah, just like the MasterCard emblem.
Yeah, just like the MasterCard emblem.
Yes.
And Jerry Ronk is always talking about.
And that also, remember the advertisement for Red Bull?
Yes.
Or buy bull, 2 bulls?
Yes.
Well, that's why I told you in that one part what you read in that last video where you said dreadful place. In there you used the word awesome place.
Yeah.
So it
depends on which way you see it.
And the same for wonderful and appalling, appalling thing happened on the land or a wonderful thing.
Paula can relate to appalling.
Yes.
And we picked that word up yesterday too, like nakedness, but let's address it.
Yeah. I want to say hi to
Yeah.
everybody in chat. Hey, Yao and Noah. Hey, our Nuggets. Eric. Hi, Miles. Nice to see you, buddy.
Your dirty laundry.
Yeah.
Doc Illusion, good afternoon. Paul from Newcastle, love you, buddy. Glad you're here. And I think that's it. Who's in chat right now? But there's 17 people with us. P Turtle, nice to see you, P Turtle. I like turtles. I like your name, Turtle. You know that. Architect, my Rakatamata brother. But yeah, thanks for joining us, and I hope we can shed some light. No pun intended.
Crazy
Jesus
in my
says,
book.
huh?
Could I mention
crazy?
What?
Jerry.
In my book, it said turtle dove.
Turtle dove.
Turtle dove, yes.
Indigo Daniel, nice to see you. Okay, now Jesus says, if those who lead you say to you, look, the kingdom is in the sky, then the birds of the sky will precede you. If they say to you, it is in the sea, then the fishes will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is inside of you and outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will realize that you are the children of the living Father. But if you do not come to know yourselves, then you exist in poverty, and you are poverty.
This is one of the hidden books, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Just like the Book of Enoch, or yeah.
But if you understand, they say if Jesus over here, don't go look, and if he's over there, don't go looking. Well, you won't find him. People running to and fro won't find the word of God. But that's because it's inside of you, looking in the wrong place. The only way to fix the outside world is, I guess, we'll fix the inside one first.
That's right. That's my message. Change yourself, change the world. Yes.
Yep.
Remember it.
Yes.
Yes. So
here for
go ahead, Rodney.
I said you're literally here for purification. Purify yourself.
Yes, in the fire of truth. Let it burn.
You're ultimately here to create the demiurge light in your head, so you can refresh God and the Almighty and become one with Him. Right.
That is the same thing, because that's how you will know yourself. Now, you call me Yalda B because in Western astrology I'm a Leo, and in Mayan I'm the serpent. But we are all Yalda B, baby. And once we meet it, we will become it. Yeah.
Right.
Did you happen to watch the Pink Floyd video I sent you, the two sons?
No, I didn't.
There's a line in that song that says, friend or foe, in the end, we were all the same.
Yep. Ooh. Who's first will be last, and who's last will be first.
Yeah. Yep.
The moon will shine like the sun.
So we're pretty much on agreement with what that means. That means look within, not without, because without is manifest through within, right? I mean,
well, if you look without, then you're going to assume that things that everyone else is saying is what is factual. But if you look within, then you will see from within, and that will reflect to the outside, and you won't get misled or lied to. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Because how many truths are there, folks?
One
truth. What's up, Valley Parks? Glad you could join us. Earth is an ecosystem which is closed.
Love.
Love.
What was that, bud?
I said, how do you spell that truth? Love.
Yes.
And love backwards is evil,
Right. If you're not loving, you are being evil. And if you're saying things like, I am love, out there is the thing going around, but you're not being love, you're being evil. The opposite of. Yeah.
A little heathen.
Heathen
Stephen.
Oh.
The person, Jesus says, the person old, were you going to say something, Paula?
Yeah, what number?
4.
4, okay, got it.
Yep. Jesus says, the person old in his days will not hesitate to ask a child 7 days old about the place of life, and he will live. For many who are first will become last, and they will become a single one. What does that mean?
Well, we will become one. It will happen. There's no reason to panic. It will happen. It doesn't say might or, you know, it says will.
Yes, yes.
This will happen. Faith.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Well, I was going to say your ego get behind you. You know, it's your ego, your dark shadow.
Yeah.
Or Satan, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Well, that's why there's all the mirrors in the weightlifting place. You know, them kind of people like.
You're so vain.
You're so vain. Yeah.
Vain can mean worthless too.
Right. Come to know what is in front of you, and that which is hidden from you will become clear to you. For there is nothing hidden that will not become manifest. Isn't that the truth nowadays?
Yeah.
Don't believe the words I say. You know, look these words up because I could be wrong. But, you know, it's not in vain. It's not for nothing.
Yeah, it's not in vain. It's not for nothing. That's where faith comes in. Faith, hope, and love. Yes.
I mean, God loves us enough to send his only son, but yet everybody believes the whole world's come to kill him.
That's how we all started this journey, though, right?
That's fear. Yeah, but it won't be the end.
The fear factor was rampant.
It'll be last.
So I need to hover here like a little hummingbird.
Okay, hover away. I'm going to say hi to Avery Cox and Gary Baxter. What's up, guys? Glad you could join. Go ahead.
There is nothing buried that will not be raised. There is nothing hidden that will not be revealed. So everybody that is deceiving themselves and others, that they are out there being a spiritual individual and they're like sounding off or mouthing off behind the scenes, and they think, well, no one will ever know because it's a secret between me and this person, or it's a secret between me and myself. It will be brought to the light. So don't do anything in the dark that you're not okay with it coming to the light, because it says that it will happen. It doesn't say it might. It will happen. So a little caution note for people.
The den of jackals.
Yes.
Dog eat dog, baby.
Dog don't eat dog. Bad.
But that's
bad dog.
Able to read these words in the ancient days.
What?
Broke up there, Rodney. What did you say now?
I said, think about how many people were even able to see these words in the ancient days. Very select few.
Right. Yes.
Right. If you could even read, right?
Yeah.
Right.
First, you had to be able to read. Then you had to be able to understand what you were reading. Because just because you can read don't mean you understand what you read. I remember. I remember learning how to read. It was a bitch.
Me, I learned how to read when I was 2 months old. I'm just kidding. I still don't know how to read.
It took me forever to learn how to read and tell time. And I think that there's a reason for that, because time is bullshit and so are words. That, once we all get this, we'll all be psychic and we won't need these words anymore. These words are our crutch, our cane. And one day we won't need our cane. We'll be able.
No more babbling.
No more Babylon. We won't be Cain. We'll be able. Yeah.
His disciples.
Thank God. Uh-huh.
I don't want to read your mind, Paula. It probably is filled with all kinds of stuff.
You would love it in here, dude. You'd be like, you would love it in here. You would.
That's how we brought these pieces to
Bunch of unicorns and rainbows, huh?
You'd be sitting at the table with your knife, fork, and your plate and going, come on, let's eat.
Give that man a cigarette. Jerry is hurting for a cigarette.
No, he's not hurting for a cigarette. He's fine.
at him, man. He's just freaking. You can just see it in him.
You
Sorry,
think it
brother.
get easier, don't you? It ain't got no easier.
I'm sorry,
Nah,
brother.
It has got some easier.
Hey,
you
what's up,
quitting?
Paul D? Nice to see you here.
Paula, what'd you say?
I said, no, you're not stressing or suffering. You've got this. You just I'm not addicted to these. You know that when you smoke cannabis or whatever, you can't get addicted to it. So it's just another tobacco that you can't get addicted to.
Okay, you done babbling on, Paula?
Yes.
All right. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
done
Hey,
helping
Paul,
a brother for now.
There
I
was
just want to
something.
see one thing, you guys. The nicotine patch and cocoa bean tobacco-free cigarettes really work.
Really?
For whoever's interested. Yeah,
Why
absolutely.
did you quit smoking now?
I'm on my way. Today's day 6.
Awesome. Good for
And you're
you.
Awesome.
using them. Nice.
Good for you. Good for you.
I tried
Cocoa
recently.
cigarettes.
I was thinking of the words we bring each other because, like that W, Paula gave me quite a few good nuggets.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I think somebody's in the chat, too. Hang on. Somebody's here. Our Nuggets is here. What's up, our Nuggets?
Oh, it was the Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Eric's in the house now.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
Did there.
We're on number 6. Hey, Eric. How are you, bud?
I'm doing good. What's up?
Well, why were you saying I needed ad blocker?
Because you got all these ads.
Ads for what?
On your page. Yeah.
I shouldn't have any ads because I'm not monetized.
No,
On your page.
You're viewing ads.
Oh, on this page right here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, all
yeah.
that crap to the right there.
Yeah, whatever.
Gives
I
you
just
a
ignore it. I don't even read it.
back. So text isn't as small.
Yeah, no big deal. His disciples questioned him, and they said to him, "Do you want us to fast? And how should we pray and give alms? And what diet should we observe?" Jesus says, "Do not lie, and do not do what you hate, for everything is disclosed in view of the truth. For there is nothing hidden that will not become revealed, and there is nothing covered that will remain undisclosed." So the way, the light, the key is the truth, correct?
Yes. The way, the truth, the life. Yes.
This one right here, this next one is one that really really confounded me for some time.
Oh,
Blessed is the
wow.
lion that a person will eat, and the lion will become human. And anathema is the person whom a lion will eat, and the lion will become human. Anathema means a vile or a foul or a unliked or person that doesn't like something or something, not good. But it's somebody that doesn't like. Hang on. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a person that.
Isn't an anathema an opposite? And maybe in a negative sense?
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yep, thank you.
Yeah.
So, blessed is the lion that a person will eat, and the lion will become human. What does that mean?
Takes your soul.
Well, I don't know about your soul, but that's why it's the Jews, they practice not eating unclean meats and blah blah blah, and then there are the people who are vegetarians or vegans who don't eat meat at all. But the Bible says that you can eat anything in the New Testament, and no thing makes you unclean except for the words that come out of your mouth in the dark. So the reason is because we are life. And as we eat that thing that we made dead, we bring it back to life and we change it. It's something to do with reincarnation too, I believe.
A transmutation.
Transmutation, yeah.
What do you think, Jerry?
That is why we always prayed for our food, because anytime I shot deer, dude, even before I was awake, I always blessed the animal, thanked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you for giving your life for me to live.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But as far as the lion, you know, the elites, you know, it's the cowardly lion. Jesus is my strength. You know, that's where the cowardly lion, you know, gets the courage in Oz.
That's right. Courage.
Right. And oddly enough, when you said that, Jerry, I remembered Phil saying that there's this guy that he was a physicist or whatever, and they were eating dinner out somewhere, and they were talking about the fact of when cows are killed and you get a burger of a cow that was killed in a factory, it does that adrenaline or that memory of that cow when it dies carry over through its meat.
Yes, it does. That's why.
But Phil said that the guy got his food and he started eating, and all of a sudden he started having visions of having sex and sexual encounters and stuff. Well, here the guy that made the food was a sex addict that watched porn all the time. The cook was.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Phil actually said that to me.
Transfers. Yes.
So when they say I made this meal with love,
yes,
right there. You know?
I make all my meals with love. That's right. Yes.
Because I posed that very same question to Phil, and I said, "Hey, man, you know, because you know he knows a lot." So that's exactly what he told me, that story right there, and I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
And I watch a lot of SpongeBob, and that's the same things in SpongeBob.
Yeah, you know, it matters. Yeah.
It's our energy infusing our food. It's our thoughts infusing the world around us and the food we eat. I mean, who knew? It's amazing, really.
Right. Very true.
I wanted to go back to anathema dictionary. All right. Noun, something or someone that one vehemently dislikes. Racial hatred was an anathema to her. Abhorrent, hateful, odious, repugnant, repellent, offensive. Number 2, a formal curse by a pope or a council of the church, excommunicating a person or denouncing a doctrine.
Yeah, apostate. What is that word I'm looking for?
Apostate.
No, ecclesiastic. Somebody that is against ecclesiastic or something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, damnation.
Yes.
Interesting.
I don't know where y'all live, but we got a lot of food lions. I mean, it's a big thing around here. Food lions.
Oh, really? Oh, for the grocery stores?
And they're open to the Publix.
At the Publix.
Yeah, there's a couple here where they got two lions at the door, right?
Yeah.
It's like statues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I throw something in here?
Go ahead.
Let's substitute the word lion with truth. And read that again. I think that's interesting.
Blessed is the truth that a person will say, and the truth will become human. And anathema is the person whom the truth will say, and the truth will become human.
Anathema is a person whom the truth will eat, and the truth will become human.
Nice.
So
Very
that's
nice.
interesting.
Ooh. Do you have a Facebook, woman? I need hooked up with you.
I just have one thanks to Steve. I opened it up a while back. I'm not Facebook literate.
Well, don't thank me.
Steve, suggest me and her as friends on Facebook.
I don't go and do all that. I barely use Facebook. I got my page and I don't even
Okay, her email address should, wait a minute, she came in. Is her email address in the invite?
No, I got her phone number. I sent her a text.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I need her email address.
There is chat.
Yeah, you're welcome to send me a text via phone number from Steve.
You do have a chat feature here too, Paula. You can talk to her.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
Through Zoom, right?
Well,
and he says the human being is like a sensible fisherman who cast his net into the sea and drew it up from the sea filled with little fish. Among them, the sensible fisherman found a large, fine fish. He threw all the little fish back into the sea, and he chose the large fish effortlessly. Whoever has ears to hear should hear. So that means that what's presented before you, you'll know that it's right, and you won't throw it back, right?
Right. Exactly.
Look, a sower went out. He filled his hands with seeds, and he scattered them. Some fell on the path, and the birds came and pecked them up. Others fell on the rock and did not take root in the soil, and they did not put forth ears. And others fell among the thorns. They choked the seeds, and worms ate them. And others fell on good soil, and it produced good fruit. It yielded 60 per measure and 120 per measure. What do you guys think that means?
I'm not sure about the numbers, but you know, like right now, we're planting seeds as we make these videos and read these writings. And the seeds are the words that we're all saying here, and they can fall on soil that is ready, or they could fall on soil that is not ready.
So I'd like to add that I think a person's state of mind has to be in a certain state for receptivity of the truth. So as you scatter the seeds, don't be dismayed. Some people's minds or spirit or consciousness aren't ready to process the of knowledge that you're scattering.
Yeah, the good news is the seed has to die before it can live. So hey, it's all good.
That was a very, very, very good analogy there, Christina. I never even really thought of it that way, because that's perfect, because it's exactly what we run into in our daily lives. People that are awake try to awaken them around them, and they get rejected, you know. So
we feel bad.
Do you have the measurement, Steve?
Huh?
Do you have an idea of yielded 60 per measure and 120 per measure? Is there any?
Yeah, that means when the seeds are accepted by those that are in the awakened state, that if it's truth, it'll grow.
Okay.
And it'll double, because they'll share it too. What happened to Jerry?
I'm still here, dude.
Oh, I didn't see your video. I was scared.
So many people here. Let them talk.
Thought you ran off. My bad. What do you think?
I think it's pretty awesome, dude. Yeah, it's like this in these channels too, you know, with all the different ways of seeing things. And I think they turned good for bad a long time ago. Now when people hear the truth, it's just hard for them to swallow. It definitely is hard to tell somebody they've been fooled. But then after you grow like we did, you know, you understand why these things had to be in place. These guard gates.
Yeah.
Right. And then Noah chimes in with, well, I'm glad I'm dumping fertilizer on them seeds.
That's right. That's right. The fertilizer is important.
Avery Cox says one's reasoning, and I think they're talking about Doc Illusion says we accept their spell, so it's all make-believe sorcery and misdirection. They're talking about something else, of course. It's a tough pill to swallow. The self conceals itself, and from itself, whatever you throw out, it too captures it, becomes.
Well, it's like money anyhow, you know, when you bring it up, it's through a register. You know, and these truth, we actually, you know, take the change and whether it comes truth or you can tell it's truth, you know what I mean? You start banking on them things as truth. And then all
got to register.
Yeah, and Gary Baxter was talking about the sun provides us our energy, and with less sun, less energy. And he said chemtrails are bad, and I agree with that. And
the other interesting thing is when you're involved in commerce, what do you go through? You go through an entrance or an entrance.
Very nice.
Yeah. A fish
Very
gate.
nice.
Yeah.
I think the thing with the chemtrails guys is I think they're blocking information from soul. You know, it's not called soul for nothing, you know. It's our part of our solar system, right? We got souls on our feet. We got solar plexus. You know what I mean?
That's why they took a copy of that, of your soul print, sent it in the Vatican.
I'm a soul man.
Oh God, I love this.
Jesus says, "This heaven will pass." Or wait, we skipped 10. I have cast fire upon the world, and see, I am guarding it until it blazes. What does that mean?
Until it blazes, it's gonna burn.
His words are the fire that's gonna cause the upheaval.
Yeah, that's the Armageddon. That's the battle at Megiddo and all that jazz.
And just waiting for us to get on fire with it and pass the damn torch.
Yeah. Damn, I love this fucking conversation.
That is awesome.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of kindling around.
Plenty of kindling around. Right?
Oh my God.
Then you got your Kindle Fire,
all
right?
These people are in my friends list. This is amazing.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're trying to do with that. Burn the Kindle.
Christ is the word. There ain't no doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
Bird. Bird is the word.
Bird is the word. Yeah.
Well, and in the Emerald Tablets, it says the word is within man. The word, or the fire is the word. The word is the fire. So it's the very same thing that's said here.
Yeah,
right
exactly. Good point.
So does the bird fly either way?
Either way, right? Right.
Ooh.
Jerry's on it today.
Oh, he is in rare form today.
This
I think we all are.
And then 11, Jesus says, "This heaven will pass away, and the heaven above it will pass away. And the dead are not alive, and the living will not die. In the days when you consumed what was dead, you made it alive. When you are in the light, what will you do? On the day when you were one, you became two. But when you come two, what will you do?"
That's a good question.
Try to make the two one again, of course, right?
Right. Yeah.
I gotta hear that again.
Try to bring it back to good.
Right. Oh, two double-minded?
Yeah, the same thing, double-minded, or you know,
Yeah.
you got the separation of your brain lobes, you got the separation of human beings in all aspects, from female to male to positive to negative to good to bad, everything, you know, yin yang, that whole concept. And I think what it's saying at the end there. But when you become two, what will you do? That's meaning that when you realize that the two are from the one, you know, are you going to try to bring that back to the one, or are you going to keep drawing the line in the sand, right?
Right, exactly. As soon as you become double-minded, then you need to be able to catch it right away and become single-minded again. Recognize it. I've seen you before. No. You had too much fun with me last time. You're done. Back to single-mindedness.
And remember, if you want to bypass those hemispheres, just go from the heart.
Yeah.
Miles chimes in and says, "And prophets with an F, prophets with PH. You know, prophets,
yeah.
Prophet.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's why Jesus turned the table, right?
Yes. Oh, I love this. Can I put this on my channel, sir?
You can do whatever you want with anything.
Yay, joy and rapture. The rapture is real.
Joy and rapture.
Is real. I love all the back talk, you guys. Some of you people, you don't even know. Watch this again. There's a lot more going on than you think, people.
What rapture are we talking about? Pre-trib, post-trib, mid-trib?
Well,
physical or spiritual.
You're disturbed. Doc Illusion says you're disturbed because you don't know yourself like you thought, but the inner spark knows all. Very true.
Yeah.
Valley Parks chimes in with money changers. Yes.
It's disturbing to me why I decided to come here.
Cayman 830 says Adam became two. Yes. That's, I think Adam, the original Adam was androgynous, I think. You know, do you guys agree with that?
Yes, he was before she was taken out of him. Yes.
Via the rib bone, right? The rib bone.
Yeah. And Eric, you came here to do what we're doing now.
I just farted. Is that what you mean? No, I'm just joking.
Is that the back talk you're talking about, Paula?
You smell bad.
It was the timing, you know.
Oh,
there are no
cars
coincidences.
are made of gas.
TMI.
We're here to assist, to help each other.
It's what you know and what you're taught to know.
Ass IT.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Number 12. The disciples said to Jesus, "We know that you will depart from us. Who then will rule over us?" Jesus said to them, "No matter where you came from, you should go to James the Just, for whose sake heaven and earth came into being." James the Just now was Jesus's older brother.
Okay.
So what does that mean to you guys?
Was that the James that wrote the about trials in life?
I don't know if it's the book of James, but author, I imagine, because he's one of the 12 apostles.
Well, be the order. Justice, judgment, order, ordinance.
Yeah, that all is law, right? That right. It was the heaven and earth were only brought through the order of the law of that's what pretty much I think with the waters of noon or the chaos was made calm so that manifestation could occur. Maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I am gonna look up the name James.
James the Just is Jesus. I looked that up before that. I think I got it right. I don't know. If I do that, you won't see it. So, what do you? Anybody else got anything to say on that?
Just the book of James, and James talks about trials in life and to bear them gladly. And to me, that also speaks of the duality in life, where you have like the good and the bad, the hate and the love. The one yields itself to being able to experience the other, and without the two, you cannot have unity or oneness. So that's kind of how I'm interpreting this. I don't know what you guys think.
And wasn't he a twin to Jesus?
I don't know. I think he was his older brother. That's
Jesus.
what's stated.
Well,
he's his older brother.
But also he's referred to as a twin. It's basically
Doubting Thomas. Oh wait, wrong one. Sorry.
What does the name James mean? A classic boy's name derived from the Hebrew name Jacob, who we read about yesterday.
Wow.
He was battling at Peniel. And it means supplanter, supplanter, one who follows. In the 17th century, the Scottish King James inherited the English throne, blah, blah, blah.
So what that means is that the one who follows is probably everyone then, right? I mean...
because Jacob became Israel.
Yeah, which is God prevails. That's what Israel means.
Right.
Or one who wrestles with God.
One who wrestles with God and prevails. Yes. Yes.
No, the one who wrestles with God and God prevails. That's what Israel means, is God prevails. Right?
Well, yes, in us. We prevail as God in us when we accomplish.
But I mean that whole wrestling is part of the definition?
Yeah, I do believe so.
I'll look it up.
Thank you.
Look that up. 13, Jesus said to his disciples, "Compare me and tell me whom I am like." Simon Peter said to him, "You are like a just messenger." Matthew said to him, "You are like an especially wise philosopher." Thomas said to him, "Teacher, my mouth cannot bear at all to say whom you are like." Jesus said, "I am not your teacher, for you have drunk. You have become intoxicated at the bubbling spring that I have measured out." And he took him and withdrew, and he said 3 words to him. But when Thomas came back to his companions, they asked him, "What did Jesus say to you?" Thomas said to them, "If I tell you one of the words he said to me, you will pick up stones and throw them at me." and fire will come out of the stones and burn you up. What does that mean?
Mm.
Don't throw rocks at people that live in glass houses, or people that live in glass houses shouldn't throw rocks. Is that what that means?
Yes, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
I don't know what that means, actually. I don't know. That kind of confuses me.
Well, when your foundation is shaky, you know, when your foundation is shaky, you shouldn't point fingers at anybody else, lest your own foundation get pulled out from underneath you and you land flat on your ass.
Sunshine on, Sophia. Hello. Glad you could join us. Cassie James, glad you could join us. And you can pay. I see you have a high intelligence, probably depressing living in tents here. Take these pills to lobotomize yourself with, or they will make you commit suicide. You know who said that? Get one guess, guys.
Miles. And I'm the newbie. And I know it's Miles.
Oh. Right. Fire and Brimstone, Valley Park says, maybe if everyone went to Christian church on Sunday and Satan's church on Saturdays, there would be less mental illnesses. Sounds like a warning, Gary Baxter says. Yeah. It does sound like a warning. It says that, I think it says, even if somebody pisses you off or says something wrong to you, that you shouldn't seek retribution, maybe.
No, turn the other cheek. You know, it says if they take your, your sandals or whatever, hand them your cloak. If they slap you on one side of your face, hand them the other side. Turn the other cheek. And that is a really hard one to do. I know. I'm working on it now.
Thank you. May I please have another?
Thank you, sir. May I please have another? And when I was reading the Bible, I began to feel rather stigmatic, and I felt these metal balls beating my entire back. And that is exactly what I said every time I felt that pain. Thank you, sir. May I have another? And I was healed at the end of it.
BehindTheName.com, meaning and history, from the Hebrew name Israel, spelt Y-I-S-R-A-E-L, meaning yes. God contends, from the root Sarah, meaning to contend, to fight, and meaning God. In the Old Testament, Israel, who was formerly named Jacob, see Genesis 32:28, wrestles with an angel. The ancient and modern states of Israel took their names from him. But you can find sadly, there's so many different meanings behind it.
Yeah, and it depends on the context in which you're speaking of it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's so much more digging to do, guys.
Okay. Okay, Jesus said to them, if you fast, you will bring forth sin for yourselves. And if you pray, you will be condemned. And if you give alms, you will do harm to your spirits. And if you go into any land and wander from place to place, and if they take you in, then eat what they will set before you. Heal the sick among them. For what goes into your mouth will not defile you. Rather, what comes out of your mouth will defile you. We all know what that means. We don't even have to discuss that, right?
Yeah.
We just said that too.
Yeah.
Paula did.
Yep. Paula did. Yes.
Paula did.
We are one. Yes.
Jesus says, when you see one who was not born of woman, fall on your face and worship him. That one is your father. What the heck does that mean? So every guy that comes before you, you got to fall on your face?
And alms is food or money.
Was that guy born of a woman? Then, which most of us were born of a woman? Then no.
Okay. Born of a woman. I said, I was thinking it said born a woman. Okay, that was my bad. I read it wrong.
Yeah, they say it's a virginal birth. Well, that's Yaldabaoth. The light is a virginal birth.
Yes.
I thought we were supposed to fast.
Yeah, but I think that's
there's a certain time when you should fast. There's a time for everything.
There goes the confusion.
there goes the confusion.
It's not that hard. There is a time for winter, spring, summer, fall. There's a time for war and a time for peace and a time for fasting.
You know what you're doing in between meals?
The fasting, I'm sorry, it brings forth your awareness of your sin. I think that is what that statement means.
Yes.
Thinking about your
say that again. What did you say? I'm sorry.
That's okay. When you fast, when you go through a period of fasting, a result of that will be bringing forth to your awareness. You will become aware of your sins.
Right.
And
then that has to do with when you do fast, you're not supposed to announce it like I did when I did recently, and I should have never did that because I was unaware of that.
Right.
You're supposed to do it privately, like praying. You're not supposed to pray publicly. You're not supposed to do it out on the street. You're not supposed to make everybody know that you're praying because it does nothing for you in the aspect that you're trying to bring light to yourself in the eyes of others. You should try to bring light to yourself through the eyes of God by praying privately.
Yes.
Well said.
Yes.
Did you have clarity of mind or better clarity?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And it was odd because I did it right on that blood moon thing. And I had no idea what that meant either at the time.
Wow.
And that blood moon is, as you guys know now, the blood moon is symbolic of the blood of the Lamb of Jesus, which is the light. That's what the blood of the Lamb is symbolic for the light itself. That the blood is symbolic of, the communion
you were
take.
Washed in the blood of the Lamb and made to see.
Yes, and the blood of the Lamb is symbolic. The whole thing connected with drinking the blood of Jesus and eating of his flesh and all that, the bread and the wine.
Yep.
That's where that's born from, and that's what that means actually, is when you take communion, that you're symbolically allowing yourself to take part of the light, and we've lost that somewhere along the way, and that's another excuse for people that want to be against religion, or not religion, but against Jesus or the light, by saying, why would I take sacrament in eating flesh and drinking blood? I'm not a vampire. And so that's a quick out for people like that, myself included. I was that way myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Eric pointed out in the last comment he made was there goes the confusion, because it's so hard to muddle through all of this stuff in the Bible that you can't, it's the allegory is the algorithm of the Bible,
yes.
And it's because I think it's because like Phil said, it's a manual for, Emmanuel, for like Levette says, it's Emmanuel for angels.
For the Lucifer, right.
Yeah, right. Right. And somebody chimes in and says Adam was the first to fast for 40 days because he was trying to get God to talk to him by starving himself to death. I was unaware of that. And Miles says, spare a dime to feed my starving daughter, kind sir. And he pulls a gun. What about now?
Okay.
Miles, you dark and twisted one, you.
Ting.
Saved by the bell. Okay, Jesus says, perhaps people think that I have come to cast peace upon the earth, but they do not know that I have come to cast dissension upon the earth, fire, sword, war. For there will be 5 in one house. There will be 3 against 2, and 2 against 3, father against son, and son against father, and they will stand as solitary ones. Now there is a very profound one right there.
That explains my whole life growing up with those people in that house that I had to call family.
Well, it says he came to divide. and fulfill.
There's where Yaldabaoth and the Demiurge is showing his true colors, where it's the yin and the yang of everything, right? It gives, like Christine just said about, without one there would be no other,
Yeah. Yeah.
But ultimately, isn't it about becoming one still?
Becoming one what?
You're twanging out on us, bro.
Oh, you mean in the end, we're all becoming one?
I can't hear him at all now.
One accord.
Were you talking, Rodney?
I've been a knight for 8 years. I'm practically geriatric.
You were talking for 8 years?
Somebody's TV's coming, it sounds like.
Yeah. Somebody.
Rodney, are you talking?
Maybe turn your TV down.
Rodney.
Hello,
Okay.
Rodney.
He's on mute.
Maybe he's moving rooms or something.
No, I muted it. I was by the microwave.
Well, it sounded like you were near the TV.
Can you hear me?
What the hell?
Yeah, that was.
No, I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been a little bit of both. I was trying to stop that from happening.
Okay, now I have come to cast ascension upon the earth, fire, sword, and war. So that's what we're dealing with, and I think that's what comes with the fear factory, which is Earth, the third rock, third dimension, and all that, where we have to overcome that fear of the unknowing and the fear of what we do not know in others, and learn that bringing arms and dismay against each other is no way to live, because we all end up alone if we do, right?
Right. Yeah. If anyone watches Supernatural, Crowley was being given human blood, and he eventually came to a breakdown where he said, I deserve to be loved too. And they do. And Crowley was like the king of hell,
Yes, he partook in some evil stuff just to find out what it was like.
And then he got addicted to being good and learning love, which is, what happens to all of us.
We hope, anyway.
No, it does happen. It doesn't say maybe or might in the Bible anywhere. It says will.
Okay, you say that to Jeffrey Dahmer then.
Well, he didn't in this life. That doesn't mean he won't in another.
Oh, you mean, okay, I got you. Now I understand what you're saying.
Reincarnation's got your back.
Murder, death party.
In war, nobody wins.
Never. Right. I mean, every war we've ever been in with any country, we're friends with now. It's just ridiculous.
We were friends with them before we went to war. What are you talking
about?
Ain't
that the truth? Ain't that the truth? It's all a stage, right? It's all a stage. I will give you what no eyes has seen, and what no ear has heard, and what no hand has touched, and what has not occurred to the human mind. Bingo.
Yeah.
So that which we cannot see, taste, hear, smell is the most high, right?
Yeah. Can
is
you
that
touch
bingo
love?
Or Big Bang?
What'd you say, Jerry?
I said, is that bingo or Big Bang?
Yeah, very good. Bingo was his name.
Oh, beautiful, right?
Yes. And Miles chimes in with the great cycle of the rise and fall of civilizations itself, barbarians in the gates. I don't know, I'm growing stronger hate. Good deal, Yawa. I am trying to strengthen people's minds. At least they're reinforcing each other's mindset in the chat anyway.
Yeah.
What's up, MCF? Glad you're here, honey. How is Nate doing?
Who's the one that keeps joining us as always drunk and cussing us out in chat?
Drunk? Oh. I don't know. I never paid.
No, you're thinking of Michelle?
Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle Seymour.
Yeah. That's always funny to have her around.
She does that. Make It Grow 72. We were brothers and sisters before the war. Yes, we were. And we'll become brothers and sisters after. It's stated even in the Emerald Tablets how nation will rise against nation and all that stuff. And, it's it's rife in our existence, and I don't believe it should be that way.
Well, and inwardly, nation rising against nation, left brain rising against the right brain, or vice versa, and thought. This new truth that comes in and goes, I'm the ultimate truth. That is nation rising against nation within you.
Yeah, very good.
Because that other one had already taken root. Now you got to turn around and pluck that bitch up and burn it in the fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
One day you're on top of the hill, next you're down.
It sucks. I hate roller coasters.
And this next one is what we all want to know. The disciples said to Jesus, tell us how our end will be. Jesus said, have you already discovered the beginning? What you are now asking about the end. For where the beginning is, there the end will be too. Blessed is he who will stand at the beginning, and he will know the end, and he will not taste death. You got to die before you die, so when you die, you don't die.
Well, as in the days of Noah might not be a bad thing.
Right.
Yeah, the flood.
Well, I think the whole Noah story is the same thing as what we're talking about here. The rise of the waters of knowledge within us and the righteousness of God himself. Right?
Yeah.
The band Styx has an interesting line, too much time on my hands.
Yeah, got too much time on my hands. The kingdom is straight ahead, not left and not right. Nice.
Yes.
Hello, Aurora Rain.
Not right brain, but pineal.
I think we're in the poppy fields right now. We can see the kingdom.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like in the bottom back half.
No, it's right in the center of our brain, brother.
No, right square in the center.
Yep. In the middle of the 12 cranial nerves.
It's
just
like the people of God.
12 and the 1, man. The Last Supper painting.
It's like the pupil of God's eye. Yeah.
Yes. Blessed is he who was before he came into being. If you become disciples of mine and listen to my words, these stones will serve you. For you have 5 trees in paradise that do not change during summer and winter, and their leaves do not fall. Whoever comes to know them will not taste of death. What's the 5 trees in paradise?
Oak, spruce, maple. Because you got to have syrup.
Oak, spruce, maple. Are you being serious?
No.
Christine, what do you think about that? You haven't chimed in a minute.
Oh, I don't know.
That's where everybody off. Sorry.
I can't see what the 5 trees are, and I'm a little perplexed.
That's definitely a fig tree, right?
I don't
know. They die, I think, don't they? I got one in my yard, I believe.
Well, yeah, it would be all the evergreens, because I'm a holly tree. Yeah.
Pine, cedar.
Yeah.
Well, hang on a second. I've got a really good description for you guys. Might just blow your minds.
Go for it.
The 5 trees of paradise, according to the Essenes or the Essenes, paradise was the human head. It has been suggested that the 5 trees may parallel 5 human senses, which produce one's internal worldview and belief system, knowledge of which is a requirement for purification and thus enlightenment or return to paradise, unity.
Very good.
Yes, that is awesome. If you can put that link in the live chat, please do. And what were you
going to Christine, what were you saying? Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know that I was saying anything, just that I really like what that gentleman just found. And the 5 trees in paradise are sensory systems. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah, and we have sense now. Yeah.
I think the 5 trees of in paradise have to do with the we need clay to make bricks, to build pyramids, to get them capped to become diamonds. Same thing. Excellent. Is like the the galaxy, the star, the planet, the creature, and the brain are one level, and then information comparison, proportion, measure, and understanding are another level. Clay, bricks, pyramid, capstone, diamond are another level.
Hey,
You know,
I hate to cut you up, but one thing I just realized is that the five senses are triple S double T.
wow, dude.
Triple S double T, huh?
That's my name.
Wow. What the?
Very good, dude.
That's very good. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so when are you going to get your wings and break form? And
I don't know.
I know, right?
this fucker was placed here.
He keeps pointing the finger at Phil, but I think it's him.
Amen.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that, but I do know that my life has led to this, and this is
I have
why I'm
witnesses
here.
right here, right now. So
That's why I'm
we
here.
see
is
you,
because
brother.
What's the third S? I'm being dumb. I'm sorry.
Slightly slanted sleuth.
Sight,
Oh, you
smell,
silly.
Sight, smell, and what?
The
Sugar.
SSSTT
Boom, boom,
is
boom, boom, boom. No, she's talking about what senses.
sight, sound.
Oh, sound. I was trying to figure out what you were using
sight,
for
sound, smell,
Yeah, sight, sound,
taste,
smell.
touch.
sight, sound,
Taste and
smell.
touch.
Right.
Nice, very nice.
Ooh, and to two T's next to each other is the dalit or the doorway. And it's also how you draw pi or phi.
Very
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I knew all that when I made my name up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I didn't know none of that shit.
Serendipitous, slightly slanted sleuth.
Serendipitous, yeah. There you go. Very good.
Serendipitous.
You know, somebody made a video recently when I pissed them off, and they said that serpent will really get you because it sucks.
Oh my God. Wow.
That's when I came up with that name of my alternative channel, Not.
Wow.
Remember that video, Jerry?
Yep, I do.
And it was because I was making comments on his channel that were against the grain.
You know, when people make those like exposing videos or negatory videos on that, they're really just.
I made a couple of them and I regret them, every one of them.
They're just representing their own mind, you know. It's not really.
It says more about the person making the video.
Yeah.
But he did it in a crafty way. He never outed me, but he did make sure that I knew he was talking about me.
Well, for the record, I'm also a salmon in some other doohickey, and I swim against the water. Against the
right.
Salmon and doohickey. What is that salmon doohickey thing?
Salmon doohickey.
Isn't that what she just said? Something about salmon doohickey?
No, I am a salmon, so I swim against the current. And some, I don't remember which other astrology it is. There's so many.
Oh, okay. You're talking about astrology. That's a doohickey.
Yes.
Okay, number 20 is the disciple said to Jesus, "Tell us whom the kingdom of heaven is like." He said to them, "It is like a mustard seed. It is the smallest of all seeds, but when it falls on cultivated soil, it produces a large branch and becomes shelter for the birds of the sky." Very nice. That you can liken that to the principle of the smallest. The smallest fractal is part and of the bigger fractal, but I mean the smallest is as important as the biggest, right?
Yes, and mustard is bitter.
Is it mustard?
That's what I say.
Mustard.
Ain't them seeds real powerful? Like far as taste, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, are they? I've never tried them. So that's where
like
mustard that's where mustard comes from.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Right. One little bitty seed, I mean, it make the whole glass or a whole gallon or whatever it was, like mustard taste.
Yeah.
That's what like that Dijon or that Grey Poupon is less processed seed. More the natural. That's why it's so potent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the weak will need protection from the strong. Very good one, Miles. Yes. So
maybe
Mary said, huh?
maybe even omnipotent.
Omnipotent, very good. And that the mustard seed, I think, is the cosmic, or the seed and the light are the yin and the yang of our existence. Like, you know, that the cosmic egg, you know what I mean? That whole thing.
Yes. Yep.
Mary said to Jesus, whom are your disciples like? He said, they are like servants who are entrusted with a field that is not theirs. When the owners of the field arrive, they will say, let us have your field. But they are naked in their presence, so as to let them have it, and thus to give them their field. That is why I say, when the master of the house learns that the thief is about to come, he will be on guard before he comes, and will not let him break into his house, his domain, to carry away his possessions. But you be on guard against the world. Gird your loins with great strength, so that the robbers will not find a way to get to you. And, hang on, I gotta move this down. For the necessities for which you wait with longing will be found. There ought to be a wise person among you. When the fruit was ripe, he came quickly with his sickle in his hand, and he harvested it. Whoever has ears to hear should hear. So does anybody hear what that means?
Yeah, don't let anybody steal your truth away from you, because your truth is what gives you your joy, which gives you your strength. And hold fast to it. Don't let somebody else come in there and say, well, Paul's an antichrist. You know,
Or
do your own.
Jesus comes like a thief in the night. You know, I kind of like that allegory there.
Was it? Yeah.
You know, they say, "Oh, he's a crook. That's Satan coming to steal your house." But it looks like you know what I mean. You can't. It comes at its own time when it's ready.
Yes. Yes. But there's a lot more there. He would have to back up a little bit and reread what he just read there. There was like a whole bunch of meat laying there.
I agree.
Well, at the beginning, Mary asks, you know, what are your disciples like? And Jesus responds, they are like servants who are entrusted with a field that is not theirs, meaning that he would entrust everything he knows to them. So they are like him. They are on the same level as him, right? They are his trustees, you know, and when owners of the field arrive, they will say, let us have our field. And they are naked in their presence, so as to let them have it, and thus to give them their field.
Well, like they have nothing to hide.
Nothing to hide. Very good.
They're innocent of desiring another's field.
Yeah.
Right. Thou shalt not covet.
Covet thy neighbor's belongings.
Yeah, do not covet. Yes.
Thy neighbor's field.
Or thy neighbor's wife.
That's right.
Maybe. Well, they didn't shave it. What's a field on them?
Keep reading.
Jesus saw infants being suckled. On that note, he said to his disciples, these little ones being suckled are like those who enter the kingdom. What does that mean? Before I read on.
Well, like those who enter the kingdom, at first you have to drink milk when you're a baby. You can't just, throw steak and potatoes at a baby. They'll choke to death.
Not if you cut it up small.
No, Bull. Yeah, you can't. They can't digest it. They will just like puke it back up or whatever. They can't digest it. It has to start out with milk, and then milk with a little bit of cereal in it, and
yeah.
But boom, you're right on.
Yeah,
she's right. She's exactly
right.
Yes. They said to him, then will we enter the kingdom as little ones? Jesus said to them, when you make the two into one, and when you make the inside like the outside, and the outside like the inside, and the above like the below, that is to make the male and female into a single one, so that the male will not be male and the female will not be female. And when you make eyes instead of an eye, and a hand instead of a hand, and a foot instead of a foot, an image instead of an image, then you will enter the kingdom.
Wow.
Said that.
Wow.
Wow.
That's fabulous.
I mean, it's like we've had this conversation. I never read this.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, dude. I told you this would become familiar to you. And it's because that very same thing, make the two one again, is I think said like several times in the Bible, right?
Yeah, several.
Yeah.
And it's in the Emerald Tablets as well.
Yeah.
Well, we rested yesterday about Jesus' sandal. I mean, is that where we start? You know what I mean? Unsealing things. How many seals were on the sandals?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, some say that the ankh is actually a sandal strap, you know, in a sense. So, you know, the ankh is a symbolic of the light too, you know, because it's shaped as a cross, and it's the creation. It's, you know, the Creator's light.
Isn't it also a symbol for eternal life?
Mm-hmm.
And death, though. The ankh is both death and life. It's a cycle.
Okay.
Just like Yaldabaoth or whatever. It's just the symbol of creation itself, I think. You know, symbolic of the light, of the creation, of the Creator. Jesus says, I will choose you, 1 from 1,000 and 2 from 10,000, and they will stand as a single one.
Wow.
Dude, it's a porno. It's the same system used to propagandize people with social media and herd psychology. Ankh is the sign for copper and the sun rising over the Southern Cross. Yes. Isn't that what all the depictions of Egyptians are holding? Yes, that's what they're holding.
Yes.
Pamela, this is the Melchizedek frequency, SSSTT, translated from Greek. Thomas is Thanos. Very good, Pamela. Thank you.
Yes, Pamela is spot on. By order of Melchizedek. Yes.
Yes. Okay, now where were we? So yeah, I would choose 1 from 1,000 and 2 from 10,000. So do you think that's about the average of people that will make it into the divine union and the alchemical wedding and become purveyors of the light? That you think that's a percentage? 0.1%?
Where it starts the second coming.
Can I show you another image of the ankh?
That seems about right, because there can't be this many people that got it right.
Yeah, go ahead. Hurry up.
All right.
And what did dang it, why am I forgetting your name? Jerry, he said something. I didn't hear him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Say it again.
Oh, wow. Where did that come from?
What was now, Paul?
I just looked up symbols for the ankh meeting.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
You're fast on Google, aren't you?
Well, isn't that nifty? I haven't. Wow.
Wow.
There you go.
Well, you know the symbol for Pluto looks just like the ankh with the arms. The arms
right. Attached.
Yeah. Well, the arms are right above the where the cross goes across, where the horizontal part of the cross is.
Right.
Okay. His disciples said, "Show us the place where you are, because it is necessary for us to seek it." He said to them, "Whoever has ears should hear. Light exists inside a person of light, and he shines on the whole world. If he does not shine, there is darkness." Booyah.
There's that pumpkin head.
Yep, Jack-o'-lantern. So we don't even need to discuss that one, right?
Right. So we were just talking about being your own king, right? The king of your own castle. And that is by order of Melchizedek, is a king and priest Appearing in the book of Genesis, the name means King of Righteousness, King of being right, not King of being wrong. A name echoing.
That's what Melchizedek means, you mean?
Yes. It's echoing kingly and priestly functions, which is the Levi. He is the first individual to be given the title Kohen, priest, in the Hebrew Bible. You'll be priest of yourself, king of your own castle. Yes.
That's why I got the name Richard.
You're a dick?
That too. See, it's Paul.
Well, it's D-E-K for the record.
Thank you, Paula.
You're welcome.
Okay, his disciples said, show us the place where you are. Read that one already. Jesus says, love your brother like your life. Protect him like the apple of your eye. So treat others as you'd like to be treated. Don't stab yourself in your eye.
Don't poke your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out, right?
Yeah, you'll shoot your eye out, kid. Don't give that kid a BB gun for Christmas.
To me, that's
naked eye.
Look at that's what's coming up next on the very next one. You see the splinter that is in your brother's eye, but you do not see the beam that is in your own eye. When you remove the beam, or like Phil likes to say, he says, we'll replace the words. You see the splinter that is in your own, in your brother's eye, but you do not see the tree branch or the log that is in your own.
Yes.
When you remove the log from your own eye, then you will see clearly enough to remove the splinter from your brother's eye.
Okay, and I am in process of doing this right now, because when my marriage problems started, they started because I started judging him, and then he started judging me. And then all these years later, I've come to realize that if I had never started judging him, he would have never started judging me, and it wouldn't have all fallen to shit. So and judge not lest ye be judged. So as I'm judging him about what I was perceiving to be a log in his eye, it was technically only a speck, and the log was in my eye because I was the idiot that started the judging first. So people can put that into their daily lives when they're out there backbiting and talking about people behind them.
Why do we care about what log's in your eye, Paula?
Because it's an example of me walking the walk.
I'm kidding, of course. You know I'm kidding.
That if I wasn't walking the walk and trying to help others learn how to put it in their own life.
There wasn't no mirror in Paula's house, I guess.
There's mirrors in my house.
How the hell could you see? How could you go through life with a stick in your eye, girl?
A mirror wouldn't have helped.
I've walked around with a log in my eye for a long time too, so I'm not gonna.
That was a good example. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, you are welcome.
You know, leave it to the female to reinforce the other female. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I was just messing around. Now don't take me seriously.
I won't, honey.
If you do not abstain from the world, you will not find the kingdom. If you do not make the Sabbath into a Sabbath, you will not see the Father. What does that mean?
Ooh. The rest.
Dedicate a specific period of time to, going inside to discover the outside. You're not going to discover. You need to set aside time for that introspection and that spiritual time and environment, so that you can grow in one with God.
That's the only commandment says remember, rebuild.
Right.
We've already dismembered it.
Yeah, we have to rebuild the Sabbath, and it's a Sabbath rest. It's once we have come to Yaldabaoth, to the light, then we can then rest from all of our works, all of our toilings, all of our seekings and findings, and we can rest.
And lest I remind you guys of the 7 Hermetic principles, which are correspondence, vibration, polarization, rhythm, cause and effect, gender, and then the Sabbath is mentalism, reflection upon thyself and thy creation. And that's the mentalism that recreates the light, the Yaldabaoth, the demiurge. Then in turn, the correspondence, then the vibration, then the polarity, then the rhythm, cause and effect, gender, and then the Sabbath again. That's the seventh day, the seventh principle, Sunday.
And also, it's why the Jews say Shabbat Shalom, because Shabbat means Sabbath and Shalom means peace.
And Shalom means what?
Peace.
Feast?
Shalom.
Okay.
Shabbat.
I always wondered
peace.
about Shabbat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That comes from Salem,
It means
Yeah,
peace.
Salem, Jerusalem. Yeah.
the city of peace.
Yeah, the city of peace.
And Make It Grow said something about the Ankh, I think. The cross with the circle at the top is what is the chakra loop.
Or
The crown.
the eye of the
Oh,
needle. The eye of the
That's what
needle.
Pluto means. That's what Pluto symbol is too, by the way, is
Yeah.
the creation with the Ka arms extended. You know,
Yeah.
because in reverence to the Almighty or the light. That's what Pluto symbol is. And I think Pluto is actually the personification of the underworld or the Duat for us, you know, that haven't completed the great work.
Hades. Yeah.
Hades, correct. The underworld.
Yeah.
Ruler of the underworld, I think, right?
Yes, that's what Pluto's name is. Yep. Plutarch or whatever. Yep. Hades is another word for Pluto or Plutarch or whatever it is, or Bluto or whatever it is. And isn't it funny that Popeye's nemesis was Bluto, and then the Disney dog was Pluto?
Yeah. Yep. I caught all that too. Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. I stood in the middle of the world, and in flesh I appeared to them. I found all of them drunk. None of them did I find thirsty. And my soul ached for the children of humanity, because they are blind in their heart, and they cannot see, for they came into the world empty, and they also seek to depart from the world empty. But now they are drunk. But when they shake off their wine, then they will change their mind.
Yeah.
I hope Michelle Seymour is listening to that one. Hey, if she was here, she'd be doing it to us, right?
Yeah, she would.
So I got to get at it when I can. I love her.
How many-
You know, she knows it.
How many people even have these concepts once again while they're young?
None of us. It's like the fridge magnet. You know, if you knew the fridge magnet was the key to the universe, how far would we be along by now?
Right.
You know?
My God, it took us how many years to get this far?
Right. And like I said, isn't it odd that every one of us on this panel is about 45, 46, 47 years old?
What's this fridge magnet trick?
That's the simple thing about that with respect to age. I have been just absolutely astounded over my son, who just turned 18, but has been making numerous revelations on his own. And I listen to what he says and spouts off, and I'm like, oh my God, I was just learning about this, and here's what you're telling me. It's just absolutely crazy. And then when we were talking about setting aside time for the Sabbath, so that we can become introspective and ultimately become one with truth and God, he shared with me that he just put on some meditation music and went in our movie room, and he said, Mom, it was so beautiful. You've got to meditate, which of course I know I need to, but he said, the tears just started pouring down my face, and I feel so good. And I have had experiences like that in my life, but he was connected with something. And, you know, that's part of that setting aside time to go within. And I just wanted to share that. I'm just astounded. I think there probably are many youth too that are undergoing this, you know, not just us in middle age. You know, it could be a sign of the times. I think it's also biblical that this happens, but I truly astounded over that.
He was being baptized. Yeah.
That happened to me with my son. You know, I've told him some things, and he, you know, because I never got to be part of my real son's life, really, but now he's come around, whatnot. But then I've told him some things about the way we see things. And he said, Dad, it's like you punched me in the eye and never lifted a fist. But now he catches on, and he's more, you know, I mean, where we should have been paying more observant to things and paid attention more to what words meant, what these things are trying to really say.
Mm-hmm. When you cry, you're being baptized. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I
the scripture that he just read caused me to cry, so I had to pause and blow my nose, or mute and blow my nose.
Well, thanks for putting us on mute. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to hear my baby elephant.
This is where you got to embrace your masculine, Paula, and balance that.
Yeah.
You have to cry. You must come to tears. Do not come to me until you learn to cry, Christ says. Yes.
And I'm one of them. It was a hard one to break.
Say that again. Do not cry. What did you just say?
Do not come to me until you learn to cry. One of the scriptures.
Yeah, that's amazing, because I have had incidences of similar to what Slightly went through. Only thank God it wasn't enduring for days and weeks and months. But yeah, different episodes where it comes on suddenly, like it did with my son. And it's just, it's really a divine connection. And like I said before, in reference to something else, it's very painful, but yet it's very beautiful.
It feels good after you're done.
Yeah, it does. You're cleansed.
Yep, it does.
To speak on what you said about your 18-year-old, my 10-year-old, when I was having that, doing that thought exercise with the polar opposites and trying to unify the opposite of each thing. And my daughter turned to me and told me about hey, Dad, you know, the clock is 12 hours times 2, and both of those equal 1. I was like, what? She's 10 years old, man. I was like, holy cow. You know? So, yeah. So I think you're right that
maybe that's where the 2 minutes after midnight came from. The 60 or what was it, 60 and 120?
Yes, and the 2 minutes, the 13th is actually from that too, or the 12 and the 1 too. You know, I think that's why 1 comes after 12. You know.
Wow. So Matthew 23 is where you find the woe to the scribes and the Pharisees, where he says, do not come to me till you learn to cry. And it's mostly red letters. And Jesus spoke to the crowds and to his disciples. The scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses's seat. So practice and observe everything they tell you, but do not do what they do, for they do not practice what they preach. They tie up heavy burdensome loads and lay them on man's shoulders, and they themselves are not willing to lift a finger to move them. All their deeds are done for men to see.
All right, I've got 20 minutes, guys, because I got to bring my kid snacks to him before he leaves for New York. So,
okay,
I'm trying to scroll down and find the place. Keep reading until I find it.
We're at 29. If the flesh came into being because of spirit, it is a wonder. But if the spirit came into being because of the body, it is a wonder of wonders. Yet I marvel at how this great wealth has taken up residence in this poverty. So we all know what that means. It's the whole, you know, if you got to die before you die, so when you die, you don't die. The whole born again thing, right? Spirituality and the divine union can only happen while you're alive in the body and not after you're dead.
Well, having a residence, ain't that like having a state or, you know, land or a vessel?
Right. The body, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I read that the other day about concerning his estate of man. And I don't know if that's talking about promised land or the, you know, the vessel you're in.
Yeah, I think that's where the whole residence in this poverty, you mean? And how something so wealthy can be manifest in such poverty. Right. So that means that the vessel of man is the ultimate or woman. I don't know.
Don't worry about that nonsense.
Right. Where there are three gods, they are gods. Where there are two or one, I am with them, with him. What does that mean?
Wow.
Read that again.
Where there are three gods, they are gods. Where there are two or one, I am with them.
Yeah, the Trinity.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Trinity briefly. Anybody?
Did that have anything to do with anytime there are more than two gathered?
Yes.
Yeah. Where two
Well,
or more
that-
are gathered, there
Because
am
that
I.
says that if there's more than two gathered, I'm with them type of thing. This says the opposite. It says that there's three gods, they are gods.
Right.
There's two or one, I am with him to make the three.
Exactly.
To make
That's
them
what-
three.
Because that's why we need the vessel and the Spirit and the Father to work. It takes three.
Yep. Because God thrice great, right? 333,
Right.
that is me.
Exactly.
Yes, yes, yes. No prophet is accepted in his own village. A physician does not heal those who know him. Wow, what does that mean?
It's true though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess this isn't accepted in my village.
Well, think about that now. Like, okay, everyone that accepts the Bible was people getting visions or dreams or whatever the case was. They were inspired to write these things that we call the Bible now, right? But yet, at the same token, all those people that believe that don't believe a damn word about anybody who's doing channeling or getting supposed messages at all. They're all full of, it's that making sense with that? That kind of
right.
A little bit. Kind of lost me on the channeling part, but
it's the same.
Well, it's talking about the or that, yeah, they believe one thing, but yet they can't believe the other aspect of it that is, uniquely linked to it.
Yeah, it even says in the Bible that young men will dream, old men will dream dreams, young men will prophesize and stuff like that. But then when this stuff happens, other people believe that the same kind of thing happened back in the day, and these people wrote down these books and they're the Holy Bible. But yet now when it happens and it's said to happen, they're all full of, it's all devil stuff.
Right. And Miles brings up a very good point about the last thing was 1 equals 3 and 3 as 1, negative, positive, and balance equals the 3. So yeah, that's perfect. And then he states on this last one, or you need a bit of detachment in order to practice medicine, meaning that you can't become attached to your patient.
Oh, that's a good point too.
Yeah, very good point. In case you kill him.
Miles.
Typical Miles, that bird-headed freak.
Well, imagine the stress that doctors have.
Miles, by the way, has told me he's gone through rituals on his own accord without anybody's influence, and it's pretty crazy the stuff he's told me that it lines up with all of the stuff I've been learning. Actually, it's just like wow. Yeah, so he's wise beyond his. Well, he knows he's wise. He obviously tells us every day, but Miles is he's the shiznit. I love Miles. He's a good seed.
Can we just say one thing?
Go ahead.
Familiarity breeds contempt. Does that have any place in lines 1 and 2 of 31?
Complacity breeds contempt. Oh yeah, yep. Very good. That's another one.
No.
Yeah, no prophet is accepted in his own village, and a physician does not heal those who know him.
Familiarity breeds contempt.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
The mirror. Yeah.
A city built upon a high mountain and fortified cannot fall, nor can it be hidden. So build a house on a high estate, and everybody's going to see you, like El Chapo, or whatever. Everybody knew where he was, so he couldn't go to his house anymore.
Everything's a trade-off.
Right.
Well, be an open book. Live your life as an open book. Don't have secrets. Don't tell lies. You want to be exposed.
What that sweet home by who sung that song? Yeah, that same word.
Yeah, because today's day and age with all the spying on you, you're just gonna get outed anyway.
You mean Sweet Home Alabama?
No, Home Sweet Home by Motley
Crue.
Oh yes. Wow, yes. I gotta Google that now.
And Avery Cox brings up a personal attribution I've been feeling. Each individual gets enlightened in their own time. So how do your family members take to the information you know? Your family thinks you're crazy, right?
That's exactly it. About the seeds that go to waste on the road, right. They go in the weeds and so forth. Same thing.
And they give you anti, which means no, and biotics, which is life. So it means they give you no life to deal with your ailments. Very good, Live Free. I'm not going to tell everyone everything about me, but the Lord knows. It's okay.
Yeah.
People that tell you what you want to hear are just leading you. I break this in order for you to see truth for yourself. An anti-propagandist. You know who that is. What's up, Lee H? Glad you could join us. Was using a pendulum. I asked my angel what I had to say. What it had to say. It said I'd try Yeshua idea, be fisher of men, not riches. Very good. Your conversation with God is private. Some messages are for you alone. Yes, very true. Very true. What you will hear with your ear, with the other ear, proclaim from your rooftops. For no one lights a lamp and puts it under a bushel, nor does he put it in a hidden place. Rather, he puts it on a lampstand, so that everyone who comes in and goes out will see its light. We were just discussing that, right?
Yep.
That's why we all feel compelled when we come across the truth. We feel in line with, or that resonates with us, that we want to tell our family members all of this stuff. And, so we're told, in the whole end time prophecy, people will be screaming everything from the rooftops, right?
Yes, exactly. But then they would cry, burn the witch in Jerusalem.
Will it be too late?
What were you saying, Jerry?
It says not to come down off your house to get your stuff. Remember we talked about that before?
Yep.
Yes.
Jesus says if a blind person leads a blind person, both will fall into a pit.
That's true. Right.
Very true. And sometimes I feel that way when I'm talking about scripture and stuff. So that's why I invite all you happy souls on here. So I don't feel like a total complete tard.
Or you could think about that as the blind is leading the blind. They could be pulled into a pulpit.
Yes. Yeah.
Pulpit. Very good.
Not pulpit.
Yep. It is not possible for someone to enter the house of a strong person and take it by force unless he binds his hands. Then he will loot his house. Well, thanks for the heads up, Jesus. Now I know how to rob somebody. I'm sure that's not what he's saying.
No.
What is he saying?
Well, you rob yourself.
If it's the Paul pit, you really think his words really were the way out? Because if we are in the pit, we are the ones locked or separated.
Yes, and by our own doings, right? By our own fruition.
Right, but I'm talking about his words in that book. Was it the Paul pit, or was it anybody pit spoke from the Paul pit?
Well, I mean, he said some good things. He said some not so good things. I mean,
that's why we was talking about him being hung upside down. The reverse word sword.
Did Paul do the same thing Peter did? I'm going to Google that.
Yeah, that would help me a lot, Paul.
I'm doing that now.
Okay, many times. Okay, where is that? Where was I? I'm at. Don't worry from morning to evening, and from evening to morning about what you will wear. Thanks.
I had a question about the Paul thing too, Paula. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen that Global Witness guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Derek Bros, yes.
Yeah, isn't that one of his main storylines? Is that basically Paul is the Antichrist?
Yeah, they're good. Those guys are all on the negative train about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they are seriously on the negative.
yeah.
train.
Well, it was more
It
the fact
was
he was
Peter. It was
Yeah.
Peter who was hung upside down.
What was that,
Right.
Jerry? What were you saying?
Well, that's what we're talking about. The pulpit. You know, the one was buried right side up, one upside down. The two words, the shadow side of the sword.
Yeah.
If we are in the pulpit, you know, we the ones in the keys let us out.
Well, I don't think we're in the pulpit. I think that's like what part of the church, the religions.
No, we're talking about the bottomless pit. The bottomless pit. You know, the keys, Apollyon and Abaddon.
Isn't that what they call their little place of where they preach from too, though?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, yeah, that's what we're talking about.
You know,
the pulpit though of the church is in the they say that man is the measure of all things, even the cathedrals, and the pulpit then therefore would be the abyss which is within us all, the darkness, the void that we have to light with the almighty demiurge or Jesus, right?
The two words, that's why one, you know, the terrible God, the awesome God, the appalling place, the wonderful place, the dreadful
very good
place, the awe-inspiring place. Because it's, you know, one was hung right, you know, one sword's down, one sword's up. One was hung
the
up.
fall of Paul, the rise of Christ came in 830 says. You need to balance the stuff out, kill nature, and go extinct. Thanks, Miles.
Yeah, Paul did start out being a Momo, but he did get saved in the end. No one ever notices that part.
That sounds like a good balance plan there, Miles.
Same with Job and Cain and Abel. You know, it's the same, like you said, same hero's journey.
Yeah.
But hey, guys, you guys can carry on. I'm gonna go, and if you're still going, when I come back, I'll join you. But you guys can continue this and finish this out because I got to go bring my kid his snacks. It's only 15 minutes away, so I'll be right back if you guys are still going.
All right.
But read on.
Okay.
I don't want to just end it, so.
It was too good, huh?
Well, I gotta take care of this. Otherwise, my kid he'll be snackless in Seattle, and my wife will be, you know. I gotta
be. Sounds like a new movie.
I'm married too, dude.
I'll be right back.
Up. Okay, so he is at 37. So
take it away, Paula.
Scrolling. If I can get my tablet to work.
You know, it sucks. So we can't scroll the screen down.
I know you can't scroll the screen down. I am not in control of that.
You're on a tablet, you said?
Yeah, I'm reading from my tablet. I put the link in the live chat. You just have to scroll up.
I have to scroll up.
It should be up there. His disciples said, "When will you appear to us? And when will we see you?" Jesus said, "When you strip without being ashamed," which means lay yourself bare, which means have no secrets, tell no lies.
You talking about my naked and afraid?
Yeah.
Naked, not afraid.
Naked and not afraid. And you take your clothes and put them under your feet like little children. As a child, apparently, I took my clothes off all the time. But anyway, and trample them, then you will see the Son of the Living One, and you will not be afraid. Jesus said, "Often you have desired to hear these sayings that I am speaking to you, and you have no one else from whom to hear them. There will be days when you will seek me and you will not find me. Jesus said, the Pharisees and the scholars have taken the keys of knowledge and they have hidden them. They have not entered, nor have they allowed those who want to enter to do so. As for you, be as sly as snakes or serpents, and as simple as doves. This is the Mayan flying serpent. The serpent.
I think there's a difference between the two terms, sly and shrewd. And on 39, number 3, whatever I'm looking at.
Translation you're looking at, yeah.
Yeah, sly and shrewd to me have two distinct different meanings. So I find that very interesting.
Yeah, well, either way, you're being sneaky, a peeky snucker, you know.
Well, it's like the great and terrible day.
It involves wisdom, and slyness is more covert.
Yes, agreed. Yeah. They said, a grapevine has been planted apart from the Father. Since it is not strong, it will be pulled up by its roots and will perish. Jesus said, whoever has something in hand will be given more, and whoever has nothing will be deprived of even a little that they have. So if you're not multiplying basically the truth within you, what little truth you have will be taken away.
The man with one talent hid it in the sand.
Exactly.
What number are you on now?
Now I'm on 42, but if you want to know what I just read, go to 4041.
Gotcha. I just want to make sure I got the share going now so everyone can keep up. And
okay. Yes. Thank you. Jesus said, be passers-by. His disciples said to him, who are you to say these things to us? You don't understand who I am from what you say to you, or from what I say to you. Rather, you have become like the Judeans, for they love the tree but hate its fruit. Or they love the fruit and hate the tree. You cannot have two masters, because you will love one and hate the other.
What do you think being passers-by means?
Passers-by,
not emotionally involved in either side.
Yes, right. Bias, is that the right word? Or non-bias? Yeah.
Is that kind of like everyone's fighting a battle that no one knows?
Well,
you know what I mean? Walk a mile in the other shoes.
Yeah, walk a mile in my shoes. Love that song. Yes.
Kind of.
Also, don't become enmeshed. Don't become enmeshed in, I don't know, I'm having a hard time filling in the blank here, naysayers or those that are not seeking the truth.
Don't get sucked into the drama.
Yeah, exactly. Become passers-by. Don't become engaged.
Yeah, don't put your energy towards it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I said that a long time ago because like the flat earth, all that stuff come along. You know, I was like, that really don't matter. The Mandela effect is more why stuff was changed. Maybe you need to pay attention to the whole verse, not just the word. Why they're
distractions.
Yeah.
I passed that stuff. You know what I mean?
Spam mail. Sorry.
Good examples. Thank you, Gary.
Jesus said, whoever blasphemes against the Father will be forgiven, and whoever blasphemes against the Son will be forgiven. But whoever blasphemes against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven, neither on earth or in heaven. And it also says in another translation, in this life or the next, and that's karma.
What is your guys' interpretation of that?
Yeah.
Karma.
Blasphemy the Father. So that'd be God, right?
Yeah.
Blasphemy the Son would be Jesus.
Exactly. The Holy Spirit.
Who's the Holy Spirit? Mary?
Mary, the mother. Mother Mary.
Who would blaspheme her? She's awesome.
What about the Holy Spirit, your divine consciousness and your divine connection? And if you blaspheme against your known internal truths or your divine connection to God, that will not be forgiven, because of course we know if we do that,
because if
we
you're
kind of
self-deceived, yeah, if
and we
you're
divorce
self-deceived, you can't be awakened. Yeah, you are correct.
You're saying like I don't know how I want to word this, so I'll think about that for a minute.
Take your time.
Say it again, sister.
Oh, okay. So basically, I'm saying you're not forgiven if you blaspheme against the Holy Spirit, which may be construed possibly as your divine consciousness. And so if you deny
or your soul, your soul, because if you deny your soul, yes, it will lead.
That be taken part that
your truth, it's not going to be forgiven, because once you do that, it's a downward spiral and it's hard to regain.
It's hard to get your soul back once you sold it, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
The Who has an interesting song, and it says, "Don't give up your coat."
Oh. Who has that song?
The Who. I'll look it up.
Your coat of many colors. The rainbow coat. Joseph's coat.
It's no wonder why they're trying to distort that whole rainbow thing with the
well, we're not going to look at it negatively. It doesn't matter.
Wait, I want to hear him finish his statement. What was it?
I already know what he's going to say, but go ahead.
Well, they're saying that the rainbow was symbolic in many ways here, and now when people think rainbow, they're only associated with one thing now, you know.
I know, they always
have the incorrect association with so many things.
Are we talking about LGBTQMYZ?
The BLT.
Yeah.
Patty Melt. Good Dog and Bone.
Yeah.
Barbecue.
Right.
Was that the rainbow in the dark?
Can I throw this out?
You got your back to the sun. You know what I mean? You can see the rainbow, but if it's towards the sun, the rainbow's still there. It's in the dark. You can't see it.
Yeah.
So the hang on a second. I got to flip over. Hang on. So that song by The Who, it's called "Don't Let Go the Coat," and it says, "I can't be held responsible for blown behavior. I can't be held responsible for blown behavior. I lost all contact with my only Savior. I lost all contact with my only Savior. No one locked me out because I failed to phone up. No one locked me out because I failed to phone up. I can't bear to live forever like a loner. I can't bear to live forever like a loner. Don't let go of the coat. Don't let go of the coat." There's quite a bit more to it. You guys can just look it up. But
wow.
Thank you for that.
What was she saying? Are you still there?
I'm sorry, I had to mute. No, I just thanked him for that. I think that's very interesting.
Oh, yes.
I think there's a lot hidden in songs, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes, there's much hidden in songs. You got to have your own personal Jesus, Live Free said. That's right. I just happened to look over there and see that bad boy.
That's a band, I think, or is that a song?
Also, if you kind of think about it, it would suck not to have each other.
I think that is from a song.
It is
right?
a song. Yes.
I think they're the ones that does that Bittersweet Symphony. Your love of your God money.
Is that the Verve or something, maybe? I'm not sure.
I'd have to look it up, dude. Yeah. Every once in a while it comes by on the playlist.
So we're at 45 now, I believe, and it says Jesus said, grapes are not harvested from thorn trees, nor are figs gathered from thistles, for they yield no fruit. Good persons produce good from what they've stored up, which is the coat of many colors. Joseph, he's the storehouse. Bad persons produce evil from the wickedness they've stored up in their hearts and say evil things from the overflow of their heart. They produce evil. So if your storehouse is full of evil, when you open your mouth, you defile yourself. If your storehouse, your heart, is full of good and love, then when you open your mouth, that's what will flow forth. That's the waters of living, the living waters.
What we talked about yesterday.
Yes.
But you can drink from the wells of bitterness.
Yeah, and you'll always thirst if you drink from that well.
Or swords, they can hurt.
Yes.
It's definitely opposite what was when we growed up. Sticks and stones break my bones, and words never hurt me. We didn't know how powerful words were.
Yeah, that was a big fat lie because words hurt. Yes. Jesus said at 46, Jesus said, from Adam to John the Baptist, among those born of women, no one is so much greater than John the Baptist, that his eyes should not be averted. What does averted mean? Blinded?
Put down.
Put down? Okay.
This other version says eyes need not be downcast.
Well, isn't he the one that was beheaded?
John was beheaded, yes.
And his eyes, or some other story about that. But it's funny, it seems like we're the ones with the eye being healed.
Basically, it's saying that John the Baptist is above all of us.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have said that whoever among you becomes a child will recognize the Father, the kingdom, and will become greater than John. Jesus said a person cannot mount 2 horses or bend 2 bows. And a slave cannot serve 2 masters. Otherwise, that slave will honor the one and offend the other. Nobody drinks aged wine and immediately wants to drink young wine. Young wine is not poured into old wineskins, or they might break, and aged wine is not poured into new wineskins, or it might spoil. An old patch is not sewn under a new garment, since it would create a tear. Jesus said, if 2 make peace with each other in a single house, they will say to the mountain, move from here, and it will move. Jesus said, congratulations to those who are alone and chosen, for you will find the kingdom, for you have come from it, and you will return there again. My Vedic chart literally says that I'm in the world and not of the world. I hold fast to that.
Well, that's why I said the other day about visit and punish being the same word in my Bible, because actually in the same page it uses the word visit. It don't use the word punish. It's pretty much saying, shall I not punish them for what they visit them for what they did? And then if you read over there, it uses the word visit. Well, when I visit them. So it's really, in the whole scheme of things, everything returns back to the Father.
There was also a unity message in that one.
Yes.
Unite to overcome.
Yes. Exactly. Ew. Those who are alone and have no one else, and they're, for example, the only one in their family who is awakened and gets it. Be full of joy. Be enraptured with joy, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. You've come from there, back from the future, and you shall return there again.
Well, I'm glad you guys got a control of the screen. Sorry.
We don't have control of the screen.
So good. We're up to number 50 now. If you want to you want control back? You want the screen back?
No. Go ahead. Continue. You guys are doing good.
Oh, good job, Eric. I didn't even realize you had done that. We're down to 50 now. Jesus said, if they say to you, where
maybe
have
enlarge the text, Eric. Sorry, Rainbow.
No, it's okay.
Go
It's
ahead.
just encircling over here. Maybe I should refresh my page. Okay.
There you go.
Jesus said at verse 50, if they say to you, where have you come from? Say to them, we have come from the light, from the place where the light came into being by itself, established itself, and appeared in their image.
Mm. Yep.
Yes and amen. Ra?
Amen. Love
Yeah.
that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
There's 114 of these. And we're at what, 52?
We're at 51. Well, I haven't finished reading 50 yet. If they say to you, is it you? Say, we are its children, and we are the chosen of the living Father. If they ask you, what is the evidence of your Father in you? Say to them, it is motion and rest.
And quiet water.
That goes back to the Thoth stuff about seeking the light.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the motion and rest too is the Absu and Tiamat.
Yeah.
In the creation epic of the Sumerians.
Yes.
And everybody tends to think that Tiamat was actually a planet that broke up, and that's how Earth and the asteroid belt was created. When in actuality, it was just part of the creation myth, and it was the salt water, the bitter water, of the cosmos.
Yeah.
You know? And that's where polarity comes in and made the two out of the one.
The water's above.
Yep. The water's above and the water's below. Correct.
We're the waters below, if you think about it.
Yeah,
that too.
That was real, man. We can
that's
see
the second, or that's the second doubling after the first, the original, which is in every creation myth. You'll notice that 2 gods become 4 gods, then 4 gods become 8 gods, then 8 gods become, so on and so forth.
We must hit on 51 before we end this video.
Yeah, well, I think we'll go to 54 or something like that.
Well, his disciples said to him, when will the rest for the dead take place? And when will the new world come? I think that's pretty darn important.
Like right now?
Yeah. He said to them, what you are looking forward to has come, but you didn't know it. Thy kingdom
that's why
I will be done. Yeah.
But by the time people figure it out, it'll be already over. It's God's merciful, and if he's willing to give his only son to save us, I don't think he's come back to destroy everybody.
I just believe the cycles are just cycles, just that. And like Miles always says, the chaos is what we're all born from. And if you pay attention to all the myths, all the creation stories, that's exactly where it all came from, was the chaos. And the chaos is the cycles of creation.
The promised land. Well, I guess that's what we was talking about, the estate, Is a never-ending story? Do we really inherit the land flowing with milk and honey, or is that really our little dog, the one strong enough to pull the curtain back?
Miles chimes in. Being one with God is the same as him eating you. The electron hop, they are always together, everywhere, in everything, forever. And then came into 830, says, as above, as so below. Go within or go without. Electrons, protons, neutrons take physical form. Yes, from our molecular structure on up to the galaxy, all is the same, yet seemingly different. So, I mean, that's the fractalized structure of our existence. It's like the Russian doll analogy, from the smallest to the biggest, we're all just the same. I mean, everything. And on the human level, if we could all understand that and get over the Democrats and or the Democrats and the Republicans, you know, if we can get over that whole division thing, that, you know, imagine how much better off we'd be. But
essentially, it's just humanity.
What was that?
Essentially, it's simply humanity.
Correct.
And love.
Well, but it's beyond that. It's you are everything, every rock, every tree, every piece of grass, every animal.
Yes.
Yes. And if you want to get down to that, everything is made from everything on Earth is exactly the same except for like 2% of each thing or something like that. You know, the mineral state of everything.
Yeah.
And that even goes back to the Hermetic, the 7 houses of the Lord, you know, because you go or the 5 the pyramid scheme of everything, you know, like the energy, atomic, mineral, life, light. You know, the mineral state is the same as the planet, as the same as the proportion, surface, the leaf of a tree, and the pyramid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pyramids are symbolic to give proportion out of the comparison, and then, you know, to cap it, you get a measure out of it, and then you understand it, and it becomes a diamond.
Right.
Because we're all diamonds in a sea of clay, you know.
Diamonds in the rough. Yes.
Twinkle,
Under
twinkle,
pressure.
little star, how I wonder what you are.
Yeah.
I want to be a sapphire.
I'm a ruby. You have a birthstone already.
Yeah, I think it is a ruby, July.
Yes,
Isn't
you
it?
are a ruby too. Yeah.
What's May?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
I don't know.
Birthstones.
Okay, what are we? Which one are we at? 52.
Yes.
I think so.
His disciples said to him, 24 prophets have spoken in Israel, and all of them have spoken through you. He said to them, you have pushed away the living one from yourselves, and you have begun to speak of those who are dead. What the heck does that mean now?
Yeah, translation, please.
Speak of those who are dead, of the past, of old things that have passed away.
What are the 24 prophets?
The 24 prophets are also the 24 constellations, you know.
24 constellations. I thought there was 12.
Well,
that's
right, it's 24. I'm thinking, I thought you said 12, not 24. My bad. I must be sidetracked with the birthstone stuff here.
Oh, sorry.
Doesn't he say in other places that those that are like of this world are the, you know, already dead? Let the dead bury the dead. You know, that one thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's speaking to 24 prophets. He's saying then you speak of those who are dead. So they're dead in Christ.
Is that time?
Right.
No, they're dead in Christ is what it means, I believe.
Yeah, but the 24 is referencing something in our existence that we know of, but we know not.
Prophets.
But yeah, but I mean the number 24 is referencing something else other than prophets, I believe.
The hours in the day?
Yeah,
time. Oh, the hours in the day, yes.
A whole day.
And without time, you have no physical manifestation, correct?
Yes.
Because time is the precursor to physical manifestation. Without time, our physicalness would not exist because you know, that's.
Yeah, but time is a distance.
No, I don't think it's all physicality don't exist without time. I think it's our 3D.
Yeah, that's everything 3D is physical, is it not?
That was the 2 minutes after midnight that we were talking about.
I think there's physicality in different forms.
I think you talked about 2 minutes after midnight. I don't exactly know where you're going with that, though, brother.
Oh no, where it came from the day 24.
Yeah, 24 times 2 is or 12 times 2 is 2 minutes after midnight.
I see. Okay.
That's what you mean by that, right?
Right, and the 60 and 20, whatever you read earlier about the 60 and the 20, yeah.
How does 12 times 2 equal 2 minutes after midnight?
Thank you. I was going to ask the same thing.
Because 2 minutes after midnight is 2 times 12, 24.
Yeah.
No.
See, you don't want to get in my head, dude.
2 minutes after midnight.
It took me forever to figure out what Jerry was talking about. I'll tell you that.
Break it down for a dummy, please.
Miles brings up a good point. It has to be the balance of 2.
Exactly. The night and dark, the light and day, half the day's light, half the day's dark.
I still don't get that saying.
2 minutes after midnight?
Yeah, I don't get how 2 times 12.
Well, it came from the 60 and 120, what he read earlier.
Oh, the measure?
Yeah.
The doubling? But that goes right back to the doubling, the whole thing, doubling,
Right, but one's 12 and 24, 60 and 120.
Everything's found that doubling effect, even like, IT side computers,
that damn MasterCard, dude. That's what it is. We bond.
Well, that's creation itself. It's a doubler.
That's where you live.
The Fibonacci sequence, the opposite of that, which is I forget what the name of it is, but it's the opposite spiral that goes the opposite direction. One is creation and one is destruction.
Ah, yes.
And we're on the neg entropy side of the hero's journey right now.
That's why the one snake ate the other snake.
But that's the speak of all this dark matter and everything, and the black holes everywhere, is because we're on the downswing of the cycle. And that's why I believe we move from the edge of the Milky Way to the near the center. Our solar system.
Right.
I think that all has to do with the whole cycle thing and the time thing and all that.
It's all got to match, so the inside does it.
Yes. Well, eventually we all get pulled into the singularity,
Right.
And that's
ball.
That's what it's all about. And, even after that, we just move on to another, I'm sure our galaxy isn't going to die anytime soon, but you know what I mean? Once this galaxy dies, our energy goes elsewhere.
Right. I always thought it was the moon because where it said that the moon will shine like the sun. that came from Star Wars, The program.
And everybody has to remember that all of these galaxies, every speck of light we see is all still part of that singularity, which is God, the ineffable, which is, everything. And that's what we have to wrap our minds around, is that all exists, all in one time, one existence. And
yes, everything, man is being created in the likeness and image of God. Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So everything physical, everything mental, everything is God. That's why.
Why do you think?
Sorry, Steve.
No, I wasn't talking.
They concentrate on the flesh. It's too much.
Yeah. What, Eric? Too.
I was gonna say, why do you think when you look up at the what was that big pattern that they put up of what the whole universe supposedly looks like, and it looks very similar to a brain.
Looks just like a brain, right? And that's exactly in the mighty spirit of light that shines through the cosmos. Draw my flame closer in harmony to thee. Lift up my fire from out of the darkness. Make no fire that I was one with thee all. Lift up my soul, thou mighty and potent. Child of the light, turn not away. Draw me in power to melt in thy furnace. One with all things and all things with one. Fire of the life strain and one with the brain.
What's insane is that as real as we see everything, and as much as we think, reality and all this other stuff, we're trying to figure this all out. We are merely one thought in the creator's brain.
Yep.
Right.
Ain't that some shit?
But you're not getting it yet, because we ourselves create that creator as well.
Right. Yeah. That's the whole purpose. In the likeness, where I was talking about the flesh, is we're more in the likeness as far as we anger, we have jealousy. We're just like, the one that killed all them people in the beginning of the Bible. You know what I mean? We got that same rage inside of us. We're more the likeness.
The creator of our creator is because of us. We create the demiurge with God. We're the female per se to the bridegroom, which is God.
Yeah.
Well, what's it say about the Sabbath? That the Sabbath wasn't made for man, or how's that go, Paula?
Yeah, let me get that specifically so that it can be perfected.
What is this image you're showing? Who's showing the image?
Rodney's trying to show us a flat universe, I think.
No. This is said to be a map of our entire existence, everything, the entire universe.
Not just the observable universe, the whole?
Well, it may be the observable. It's been a while since I found this image, but I always thought it was interesting that it looked like an iris and an eyeball.
And isn't it interesting that it looks like we're the center of all things?
Right, center stage.
Yep.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, we've seen that.
Pretty cool, though.
Yeah,
it is. And maybe they weren't all crazy when they were saying that everything revolves around the Earth per se.
Right.
Maybe not in a physics point of view, but maybe in a esoteric or a spiritual sense, it does.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I want to know about the Sabbath, because if the Earth reacts off of us, we're always life in the past land. We never give the energy back.
Right. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath.
Nice.
Yes.
Repeat that, please.
The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath.
Right. And the Son of Man is, we just said the Son of Man is actually, Jesus Christ, which is the Yaldabaoth or the Demiurge, which we create on the Sabbath, because the Sabbath is correlation to the mentalism of the Hermetic principles, right?
Yep, Christ is Lord of the Sabbath. Yes.
And that creates, that's the purpose in the creation loop, is we are the purpose. We are the reason for the loop, for the creation of the light, which is created in the pineal center of our brain in the middle of the 12, which is mirrored in the cosmos as above, so below, because the zodiac is the 12 cranial nerves of the top of the head of the human. And the pineal gland is the middle, which opens up like a lotus flower and turns inside out when you become one with God. And thus creating the creator, which our creator is the demiurge, because God could not create us without the demiurge.
Right.
And that's the whole reason we do Halloween.
Explain.
Well, somewhere these words come out of that book that I might not get them total correct, but God picks you from the patch. He washes you clean. He scrapes out all seeds of doubt.
Very good. I love that.
And
then you got the jack-o'-lantern.
It gives you a new face and sets a new light in you for the whole world to see.
And you receive a new name as well.
Yeah, I hope that's when I get mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paula, look up that Pluto symbol for me, because I want to end it. I'm going to show everybody what, I'm going to share this with, everybody, and I want them to see that symbol for Pluto. And I think the other symbol for Pluto is part of the what's that cross called? Is it the Rose Cross, or is that what it's called? It looks like Pluto's symbol almost, but it's the
Rosicrucian cross.
Yeah, it's probably the Rosicrucian. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the P on it, right? It's got the P at the top.
Yeah.
Looks like the symbol for Anu, but it's got the P at the top.
Yeah, is that the Rosicrucian, or is that something else? I'm actually thinking it's called something else, but I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, the Rosicrucian one doesn't have a P on it.
Right.
No, I forget what it was, but here is a cross conjunction of our solar system.
Says who?
It says solar system scope 2020, the 13th of January.
They have to have them
I'm still not sold on this model. Thank you.
But the odd thing about this whole alignment is that Sirius comes in at a 17-degree angle. So does Pluto, comes in at the same angle. You know, and Pluto takes 248 years to come to this point every cycle.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sirius is like a dwarf planet that travels, I think it takes 10 years for it to make one loop, something like that. Maybe a little less than that, 9 point something years or whatever. But, you know, you got your polar opposites. You got Hades, Pluto at one end. You got Earth, heaven at the other. And right on the other side of the sun is Thoth, Mercury, the one after the zero. So you could think of it as the, you know, this is exactly what the cross represents in the pineal light as well. It's represented in the solar system as well as in our head. So, you know, I mean, it's a cross. That's the reason why the cross is so prevalent in our existence, is because it's shaped as the light.
That's the 9 magnetic rings.
Yes, and 9, there you go. Very good. And vast is his countenance. 9 is the Lord of the All. 9 is Pluto. 9 is where Hades is. 9 is the underworld. What if when we don't make the divine union, Pluto is the physical place where we go to, you know, maybe Pluto is the twin to Earth, you know?
Right.
God, it's going to be cold.
But I mean, it doesn't matter if it's cold or not when you're dead, right? Because you're cold as hell.
So there's how I say there's always things hidden in songs. This is Brother John. It's by Big Head Todd and the Monsters. It says, turn around for something better. Children, give up. Don't you ever. Remember that the devil's clever. Brother John, where are you sleeping? Take the light into your room. Cast a candle on your doom. Your master, his is coming home soon. Brother John, how are you sleeping? May your awakening be near. Heaven could be any place. Why not here? Brother John, why are you sleeping?
Very good. That was nice. Very nice.
There's your symbol. Thanks to Paula.
Yes. Now you see, this is that. I'm gonna find that image I'm looking for here. Awesome. Yes, but that. Oops. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop your share and I'm gonna bring mine about here because I wanted to make sure everybody sees that this is the light. This is what the light looks like. And we know this from Phil because he's seen it. And this is the same as the winged disc, because the winged disc always has these two talons or legs protruding from it, and that's these two rays of light.
You ever seen the movie Hellraiser?
Yes, yeah. And yes, exactly. Where those pins are sticking out of his head.
Yeah, and there's another one I can't think of. It's on here that comes up on TV. He's like that, but his are a lot longer.
You know what that keeps reminding me of? I couldn't think of the Inca lines.
Yes.
Nazca lines?
Nazca lines, thank you. Nazca lines.
Yeah.
Oh, right. You know, the Nazca lines have that big spider, and the spider is the depiction of the cosmos because of the appendages and also I think the dimensions in our paradigm. But I mean,
but there's something more to that too, because you got to follow one of the spider's legs, because its leg goes into a line that goes into another symbol. So that means that those two symbols are connected, and I forget what the other one is.
Was that Charlotte Webb?
Well, according to Damon T. Berry, that's his Berry. Yeah, I used to really pick up on his stuff until I met Phil, actually, and now Phil, you know, I'm not saying that Damon T. Berry is wrong about what he's saying, because he's obviously experienced something, and Phil tends to think that he's experiencing Kundalini, and he's in between. He's experiencing the other side of the veil, you know, without being an angel per se, because because Damon T. Berry is still worried.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's he worried about? I guess just fill me in a little bit.
He thinks that we're all doomed because aliens have got control of us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he thinks that? Phil
Yes,
does?
he does. Yes, he does.
Oh.
Well, Phil doesn't think that.
No, Phil doesn't think that. Damon T.
Phil-
Berry does.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah.
Phil thinks
And
that
maybe he's
about
right in a
David.
way. Maybe he's right in a way. And maybe Phil has kind of hinted at it every once in a while that, you know, like when you bring up Akhenaten to him, you know. Remember how his reaction was when we said Moses is Akhenaten?
Yeah, well, isn't Akhenaten Ra?
No. No.
You'd have to
Akhenaten-
Google it. I don't.
Akhenaten, I think, is the Rothschilds, actually. That's the bloodline.
Well, scientifically, they can show that where somebody that's religious, that other part of their brain glows, and if you're more reptilian or negative, that other part of your brain will glow.
Oh, really?
Ah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And
Yes.
Paula, there's videos.
Yes, I
out there.
do.
Right.
Yes.
That's
we
why.
can
That's
all
why.
know that.
And Men in Black, they got that flasher thing.
Yeah, very good.
Your memory, yeah.
Okay, now here's the seven kingdoms, or the seven houses of the Lord, or the seven lampstands, or whatever you want to call it. That, you know, this is the correspondence, which is rest, and then the vibration, which is let there be light, and then we got polarity, which is the waters divided, which was the Apsu and Tiamat were divided, or the androgynous atom was divided, and then we got the planet dry land, which is the rhythm. And then we have the cause and effect from the rhythm gets us vegetation, the terra, the earth, the mineral state. And then we get gender, which are, you know, creatures, sea, land, whatever. And then we have the psyche, or human, which is the mentalism. And then we become aware of our creation aspect. And once we bring understanding to the wisdom and the knowledge, or to the knowledge and I think it's to the knowledge, but the chakma and the bina become the crown, which is the spark, the all spark of creation, which completes the loop, and then it just goes back. But this is the purpose for the loop, is us. So I just thought I'd show you guys that. That's the seven houses of the Lord, or the seven hermetic principles. That's what the seven in our existence is about.
Yeah, the seven lights. Yeah. Yes.
Without self-awareness, what would be the point of any of this?
Right.
Well,
right.
We are the energy. You know, it's got a complete loop to go back to the earth. Or
yes.
The electric don't work.
Well, without us creating the demiurge, which is the pineal light, or the pineal light, there would be no us or earth, right?
Right.
Right.
But
That's why he's got the whole world in his hands.
Here's the five principle of it all, the pyramid scheme, if you will, of creation, on how the pyramid is, you know, the symbol of earth force. Pyramid is a symbol for air. Pyramid is a symbol for water. Pyramid, you know, just with different aspects of, you know, that's why Thoth in the Emerald Tablet says that he builded the pyramid in the sign of earth force, or with the aid of earth force, you know, and that's, plus the pyramid is the depiction, or embedded in the measurements of the pyramid is Earth's diameter, the moon's diameter, the speed of light, all of this stuff. Time is embedded in, you know, the aspect of time is embedded in the pyramid by the difference in the sides, the four sides, you know, they're off by like 20 feet or 2% or something. You know, they're not exact, or it's less than that, but they're, you know, they're pretty precise, but they're not exactly perfect, but they're aligned perfect. So it's a symbol to tell you that, you know, you got to look into it further. And that if I could point you anywhere, it'd be that SGD channel, that Sacred Geometry Decoded. That guy, he's got all of that down. He's figured out that the plumb bob, when you swing it at a certain 30-degree angle, it's exactly what a second is on the clock. You know, that's why the grandfather clock swings at a 30-degree angle, you know, and that's the same as same in correlation to the royal cubit and all of it. I mean, it's the same. It's crazy how time and measure is found in the pyramids themselves. I mean, everything is.
Aren't the orbits of the planets in the sun encoded in there as well? I think
the other pyramids on the Giza Plateau. Yes, I think you're correct there.
In the pyramid,
yes.
I think it's the pentagram came in the metal and the wood. You know, after earth, wind, fire, air, because that's where we started building with.
Yes, and the pentagram is actually the symbol of man, right? The 5 aspects of the senses or whatever, the SSSTT. Right. Thanks, Eric. Now I got something else I can load my pipe with and smoke.
Love it.
But right here is another aspect of that 5. You know, it shows you the 5, how they correlate to each other, because we need clay, which is undefined information for us as clay, to make bricks, which is proportion or comparison. You know, out of the information we get comparison, and then from the comparison or the bricks we get proportion, which is the pyramid. You know, you build the pyramid to get proportion, to make it, give it shape, and then the capstone, which gives us measure or life creatures, and then the understanding or the underworld makes us a diamond when we get our pyramid cap from above. The symbolic nature of the triangle meeting the other triangle, like Runk would say, is the tree topping ceremony on the Christmas tree. But in the Louvre Museum in London, that's what that thing is in front of the Louvre. You know, that museum is it symbolizes being capped from above when that triangle comes in. It's like the Allspark, or the creation of Adam painting that's on the ceiling dome of the Sistine Chapel, where God's reaching out to touch Adam's finger, and there's that gap, that spark gap between them. That's the very same thing. That's what that symbolizes. But that's what all of this is about right here. Did that make sense to you guys? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. A nice synopsis.
I heard a bunch of crickets. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, I'm passing out treats to my girls here, and they're being difficult.
By the way, Operation Deliver Snacks was a success. I reached my kid right as he was getting on his coach to go. They're driving to New York.
Oh, fun.
I'm kind of worried because of the weather these days, but you know.
New York.
Yeah, he's going on a band trip with school.
Wow.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Are you nervous?
Very nervous.
Buses
because of the weather.
Yeah.
But I'm going down to see Jerry here soon, so you know we're leaving tomorrow. So I guess I got to worry more because I'm going south.
It's beautiful here, dude. I don't even have a chemtrail. I don't believe.
By the way, I was looking at chemtrails when I was doing Operation Deliver Snacks.
And?
You know, there was chemtrails everywhere in my sky.
Always is.
Yeah. It's
gotta hide Nibiru.
Nothing new to me. Yeah, like Nibiru, shut up.
That's there, dude. It's coming.
Yeah, whatever.
It's 28% bigger since last year.
They work around the electricity side destroyed by fire from heaven. Dog.
Somebody was saying something?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, Gary, go ahead, and then I need to mention something so that you guys know something. Go ahead.
I mean, Jerry.
They spraying because they know we in Sodom, dog. They know it's destroyed by fire from heaven. Trying to win the war this time. There's that picture.
Plasma.
Oh.
Right, Electric Universe.
All right, what were you going to say, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to mention, I know you mentioned Crow 777 at the beginning of the show here, and today is Thursday, and what was he on? I forget. I think it was SGT Report.
Yes.
And they were, maybe you're aware, they were referring to his video from 2012, which showed the
2016.
Well, there was a video of the moon
Oh yeah, the lunar wave where they shut his channel down over. Yeah,
exactly. So they were talking about the lunar wave on SGT report last week, or was it Friday maybe? And then he did say that he has a special show coming up next Thursday, which would be today. He says
I watched that today.
Right.
He's got a big boom about the sun. Have you guys seen that?
Yes, I saw it in my news feed, but I have not watched it yet.
Yes, Eric and I have watched that, or Rodney and I have watched that.
Can you tell us what we're talking about? Okay.
Yeah, what's the link?
Well, hang on a sec.
Well, if you're talking the link to what's going on, it's the same as the Paul Cox of the SLU Observatory when he was doing the Mercury transit back in May of 2016, when he said, and guys, I thought I'd just mention that other thing next to the sun when he as a matter of factly announced that there's a second sun. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody went, this is a hoax, and just blew it off.
Yeah.
But maybe it was real, because it's in the exact same place where this guy is saying that he took his telescope and pointed it at.
It is real.
Okay. Basically what Crow 777 is talking about today?
Yes, he's telling us that our sun is a reflection of the true sun. That there's two suns up there, and we can't see the other one because the other one's a black hole sun. Pretty much when you got onto my channel, what I was talking about.
That's what I start seeing.
Okay, what's this other channel I need to sub?
Black hole sun?
The new moon.
No, Crow 777.
Crow.
He does a radio show.
Yes. And he had a huge following and a huge subscriber count, and they shut him down because of a lunar wave.
And the lunar wave is, according to him, is proven not to be a camera phenomenon. And he likens it to the wave that would go through a cathode ray TV and a picture that would be shown on the TV.
Yeah, like a holographic glitch.
It's like a line that progresses through it.
Yeah, so it's some people recently say that, remember that wave that went across the earth recently? I think it was a couple months back.
Yes.
Where MBB 333 did that video of where he was showing all the seismographs across the globe, and they were all showing the same anomaly at different times, and how like a wave went across the earth. Yeah, same thing.
Yep.
Well, didn't I say that the TV was saying, what was it, 4 through 9, that we could experience solar radiation where channels would go in and out, except for local channels.
Yeah. Except for local channels, which is weird.
Yeah. They're going to spare the local channels. There's a sign.
They still want to have their propaganda box intact, so they can still send you the message of the lie they gotta share.
Well, I just wonder if the dark side of the moon is going to start showing itself. Which is the new moon. You know what I mean? During its cycle, certain hours, angles, places on Earth that you'd be able to see through the veil.
So you think the veil may be a false reality curtain? Like it's not showing us our true reality, is what you mean? Or I always thought the veil meant
veil.
Another dimension is what I thought the veil meant.
Right, that's the way I see it. It could have many meanings, but I remember God put a curtain that separates light from dark. Like there's some kind of gas or something. One of the chambers with whatever elements in there causes it to turn blue like a neon light. That's why as it goes away, it's different shades.
Well, recently Cliff High just put out some information, that, and like him or not, his predictions about 70% of them are spot on. A typical person that predicts stuff is like 30%. But he said that we can look forward to the ocean changing color due to the refractory colors shining from the sky, meaning that the oceans are going to look purple and the sky is going to look red or purple. And
wow.
Well, they know how to do that. With the scientists know how to put certain things in there when they're looking for certain things in the ocean, and it'll certain when the moon's full or whatever, and they can see them things in the ocean.
Yeah.
Interesting
line. They run them tests.
In a Grateful Dead song, the sky was yellow and the sun was blue. Not sure if it means anything, but I just thought I'd throw it in there in the mix.
But the reason for the Cliff High says, you know, and Eric Dollard says the same thing, that the sun right now, we think it's hotter, but it's not. It's because we're going through a denser area of space, meaning that we're getting hit with gamma rays and whatever, and so is the sun. But the sun, if it was hotter, it would be creating a heliosphere that would reject or bounce back the gamma rays. You know what I mean? So the sun is in essence, when it was yellow, it was like 6,000 degrees Kelvin. Now it's down to 3,000 degrees Kelvin. And it's, you know, don't fret, because it's part of the cycles that the sun goes through. And if you pay attention to Randall Carlson's stuff, he shows us that back millions of years, the climate has acted erratically, just like it is now. And it has nothing to do with our carbon footprint.
Oh, of course not. That's why I asked people. I was like, why is Pluto heating up? Is it the Earthlings there driving too many cars?
Right. And right here, this image right here that I'm showing you guys is exactly what we are. This is an image of a face. If you look at the whole thing, you see they're kneeling on eyes. And this is a female, exactly the same as this female. And this are the two sides of our brain, the lobes of our brain. The Jed pillar is the symbolization of our spine. We're standing erect in the truth, which gives us the 5, because you got the 4 states of our existence, which is, you know, the elements. And then on top of that is the creation Ankh. But with the arms signifies what? Pluto holding up the light.
He's got the whole world in his hand.
It goes back to the video you guys were talking about where he's saying that that's the image of the true sun.
Yes, exactly. That's why I put this up here. Exactly. But I mean, right here is, it shows us that this is the negative, you know, the chalice. And I don't know why females are always considered negative, but this shows us that originally this one should have been the male side. This one should have been the female side. But, you know, the chalice signifies the female. The phallus, I believe, is this a phallus or a throne?
Throne.
I think it's a throne.
I think so.
Either way, I think it signifies a male, you know, the male gender. So it's showing us that, you know, there's the female, the male, and then these are a depiction of Thoth. Also, the 6th chakra, which is the chakra in the mind, which is the understanding, which creates the 7th, the crown, which is this, the symbolic red sphere, which is symbolic of the blood of the Lamb, because it is the light. And it's all in the house of bread, which is the mind, the house in which it's the same as the
Bethel,
the manger. Yeah, Bethlehem. That's what bread means in Hebrew, is Bethlehem. Yeah. Correct.
And that ball really in the back of your head. It's just drawn that way because it's really standing straight up and down.
This may be a trippy theory, but what if the divine union also happens on the grand scale?
That's exactly what I was just showing you. That's exactly what I was showing you that cross conjunction for. Why is nobody bringing that up anywhere, dude? You know, every time there's a conjunction of planets, people are going off their rockers to show it.
We had a more rare conjunction than that, though, I thought, and it didn't really do anything major.
How much rarer can you get than a cross?
There was some rare alignment that just happened, though. I forget exactly what it was, but I thought I had to do some with a cross too. Just
then I'm going to show you what else. What
happened?
Wasn't there a commercial in the 70s or some kind of children's thing? Conjunction junction.
What's your function?
What's your function? Yes.
So is there not a conjunction? I thought there was going to be a conjunction as well. I'm sorry, I don't remember the specifics of it, but a particular conjunction occurring in 2019 on between like March 21st to March 23rd. Has anybody heard about that?
Sounds familiar, yeah, but I don't.
In 2020, Jupiter and Saturn are going to be in conjunction on the winter solstice. Levette's kind of stuck on that one.
Yes.
And that'll put you 4 years till the next crossing of the moon crossing on the United States. Right?
Yes.
Now I'm completely sober, no DMT, but I had this thought. It was like, what if we are electrons and we are the power of the sun? Literally us.
We are. That's what I believe we are. That's what I think the invisible sun is the culmination point for the reflector. You know, it's the source which collects our energy and then shines it back. But I think we are, in essence, the energy for everything. We are the light because light is the energy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Supposedly, if humanity raises their vibration, and it only takes a small percentage to achieve such a high degree of frequency.
Yes,
3%.
you have got to be in perfect harmony for that to work. Yes.
3% of the population.
Which I don't think we're going to get to.
Of time.
Well, not with that kind of attitude, Mr.
Not with
Harris.
that kind of attitude, mister.
Negative,
at that point,
Nancy.
Then we divert catastrophes. That, am I understanding correctly? That's been part of my.
That's what Randall Carlson says too. That there's a factor involved in the cycles that's what the whole allegory of the fallen ones in Noah's Ark and how they brought the flood upon themselves because of the pestilence and all that. I think that's where all of that comes from.
Yeah.
Is that we are the controllers of it, knowing or unknowing.
We are the, please repeat.
The controllers of it. We affect, cause and effect. You know, we can bring up about a perfect effect with the perfect cause.
Well, ain't that why Moses died in the desert anyhow? He kept failing.
He flooded them out last time. They all got wiped out. We rebuild, regain. We're right back in the same place. So what's now?
So don't think disaster.
I think if it wasn't for the cycles, our freaking planet would be no more because we would take it out. You know, that's just me. Either by nuclear, you know, I think we're a bunch of cockroaches on like a tick on a dog.
What did he say?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
But that's a lot due to the manipulation of the system too, you know? I mean.
Yes, but I'm not going to say they. I'm going to say we because we are the ones that are doing it.
No.
Yeah.
Because we allow it to happen.
Yeah.
Is it not by our own fruition when we vote or when we allow things to happen? Like okay, so they make a situation happen, so we react to it. You know, they cause something for us to react to it, like 9/11.
Yeah.
They caused 9/11 for us to react to it, so we take our own freedoms away.
Yeah.
You know, so is it then not us that are the ones that are doing it?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you this. If somebody is always given false information and they make life choices based on that false information that they've always been hand fed, is it their responsibility that the information that they were hand fed, that, you know, that they didn't know any other information? And
I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying it is by our own hand.
I don't believe. I just never bought into that whole.
I don't agree with it either, but I'm saying it is by our own hand, though.
Okay, so scientifically, it was proven that when 9/11 occurred, there was a spike or whatever, something happened energetically all over the world.
Yes.
People coming together.
Yes. Can you shed some light on that? Was it a lower frequency because of worry and fear? What was the deal with the frequency? I can't imagine it went up.
That's exactly. They harvested that energy somehow, some way, some group or whatever used that for their purpose, because that's what it's all about.
It's our earth energy. It's our creation, and that's a lower frequency. So conversely, if we don't buy into that fear and we elevate ourselves, potentially raise the frequency of the world, the 30% of people that do, and thereby avert catastrophe because frequency emanates from Earth. It affects our universe, and whatever. Somebody else take the ball.
Well, then we the gap.
We walk on water.
Yeah. So when Steve, when you said that you think we're cockroaches and you think either way the Earth would destruct, I don't agree. I think that if we were to elevate our consciousness, I think we would have like literal state of heaven on earth. Like, you know, the literal, what's the name, the manifestation again?
The golden age?
The what?
The golden age?
No, yeah, but you know what happens in our mind when what's the word again?
Oh, the allspark? The light, the demiurge?
The demiurge, thank you, yes. So it'd be a constant state of demiurge on earth. I don't think the earth would, you know, be destroyed to oblivion. Like you had mentioned, we're all cockroaches. Either way, it would destroy the earth. I disagree.
Well, the way we've been going, that's exactly what's happening, you know?
Right. But if the converse were true, I think the earth would exist.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
You misunderstood you.
Good point. No, I'm always saying, I'm always talking against the negative, and here I'm being negative. So I appreciate you correcting me.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I think I just simply misunderstood you.
No, you didn't misunderstood me. You understood me just fine because I was being negative.
All right, Groucho.
Thank you. I stand corrected. I'm eating crow.
Crow. I love crow.
Okay, so let me raise a topic if no one else. Does anybody have anything to say?
Sure sounds like
raise away.
Okay, where are we? I can't keep up on everything with videos and stuff, but I do a lot of my own learning and supplement it and whatever. Where are we with the firmament?
Because firmament, I believe, is the Van Allen belt.
You mentioned the sun is a reflection of the black hole sun. So where are we with the firmament?
The firmament is the Van Allen belt, the radiation that is caused by the magnetic core of the Earth.
That's our shield in Star Trek and all the
movies.
The
veil.
Okay, so you're equating.
It's what keeps us bound as energy beings to this plane of existence.
Yep. Okay, I got it. So when we mentioned the spider earlier, I also wanted to mention that the Earth's magnetic field, as depicted, also a spider with the toroid and that kind of thing.
Exactly like a spider. And it also, right now, it looks like that owl depiction that Damon T. Berry shows on the cave paintings. Because it's got two North Poles. Yes, because it looks like it's got two owl eyes. Yes.
Oh.
And that's what a black hole and a white hole looks like as well.
Did you know that we did have two North Poles? We may still, but I think the one went away.
We've always had it, you mean?
Nope, we do. We had two North Poles. I think it started back in 2011, maybe 2001. I can't remember, but there were two North Poles. If you go to Maverick Star.
Yeah, that's who I pay attention to, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really fascinating.
Yeah, that's where I got that information from. And it's weird that our compass points right between them.
Right, exactly.
Steve, why do you think it's been hidden?
Huh?
Say that again.
Why do you think this has all been hidden from everyone?
Because you wouldn't.
Because knowledge is power.
You wouldn't be caused to seek and find if it wasn't missing.
Knowledge is also power. Knowledge is your way out. And I mean, without knowledge, you got nowhere to go.
It shows you works too.
And it makes you work for it.
Because otherwise you throw pearls to those who aren't ready for them yet.
I think there's more to that.
If you say this to people, they'll look at you like you're out of your mind.
They do look at me like I'm out of my mind.
Yes, they do. Yep.
Every one of them.
I think Netflix is another movie coming on. Sorry.
We're out of our brainwashed, programmed mind. Yes.
My wife really thinks I'm out of my mind because I demonetized my channel and I'm not even getting $100 every 6 months.
Well,
no, but let's talk.
Technically, you are.
Why
want you to put on your thinking cap?
Well, if you had it monetized, you couldn't be putting this up.
What was that?
If it was monetized, you probably couldn't put out this info.
No, I was putting out this info my whole time I was doing it. Well,
Yeah.
I guess not this particular information, I guess, but yeah. It's just because I'm not big enough yet where I'm not going to get any strife or recognition, you know? Like Phil said, because I said, aren't you worried about getting killed, dude? Because he's about the only one I've ever heard talk about what he's talking about, you know? And he's like, no, I'm not worried because, you know, I only got so many people watching me. There's only 200 people watching our podcast. You know, it's not like I'm David Wilcock or nothing.
You know,
what is his thought?
I don't that many members. They would be smart to divide their channel up into 3 and have viewers divide up according to alphabetical order so that their channels still stay low, but they're still conveying the same message.
Has Phil ever went over this stuff we're talking about right now, the Crow 777 stuff?
No, but I brought that. I kind of blew his mind with the Pluto alignment thing, and he was like, "Holy cow, that's a depiction of the light itself." I mean, it's showing us in a cosmological fashion the divine union. You know, it's manifesting in the heavens, and that's where the whole, you know, there will be signs in heaven. You know, that's where it all comes from, and he doesn't ever go on the negative train. He'll stop short of it every time.
Have you asked
Do you
Phil?
have another show scheduled with him? With you guys alone?
Yeah, he's been really busy. He just got a new job, and I'm supposed to do it. He wants to do a show tomorrow, but I'm going to be traveling.
I see.
I want to do it. I'm actually going to try to do it while I'm driving, but I don't know if I'll do it live.
Gosh darn it, Steve! You could save the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can premiere it as though it's live and be in live chat to answer all the questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think it brings a lot more when people can ask questions, you know, and people.
Right.
I was really enjoying talking to Phil every week, man. It was awesome. You know, and I think he was enjoying it too.
Oh yeah.
It just shows you that even an angel gets fucking reality slapped in his face and has to go to work. You know?
Yeah.
It just sucks.
Learning that charity.
Right.
Yeah.
And for anybody that thinks that, you know, I'm full of nonsense when I'm talking about Phil, you know, Phil doesn't ask for anything in return. I've asked Phil if he wants to plug his books or anything. He's like, nobody wants to buy this. You know, he knows, you know, he's like, because that's all he wants to do is help at least anybody, you know. He's not in it for adoration. He's not in it for anything to do with himself.
You know, they want to focus on distractions.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to focus on the stuff we just talked about. You know what I mean? Because it just takes you off the path of the divine union, especially, you know, because I brought up this whole set of the cycle thing with him, and he never acknowledges it. Never.
Which is interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting to me. Because
he's reached a certain point of enlightenment where he just recognizes that it's not relevant.
Right. That is it. But he knows more than he lets on about it, is my point.
Well, yeah, I'd love to pick his brain on that stuff. I have a sense of that as well.
Yes, and I tried.
I don't think he's going to let us.
he skirts the question every time, doesn't he, Paula?
Yeah, he's not going to let us. Yeah.
Because I've asked him these questions.
Have you ever talked to him or asked him about the New Age stuff and what his thoughts on that? Like
a bunch of nonsense, he says.
Yes.
He doesn't want to inject fear.
Maybe. It's precisely what it is, because fear is the only thing that will hold you back from finding the real truth. Yeah. That's the reason why. That's the reason why everything's propagated as fear in our existence. And 3 is the key to all hidden magic. 3 is the key to the negative force to men. You know, and fear is fear is the fetter that binds man to this plane of existence. You know. Because if you're held in fear, you just care about surviving. You don't care about tomorrow. You don't care about God. You don't care about nothing. You just want to get your food. You want to make sure everybody in your life is cared for. You don't care about anything divine.
It's a base level of consciousness.
Right, and that's the beast system, correct.
So it's fear that causes gravity then and keeps us grounded. And in order to fly.
That's very good, Paul. I never even thought of it that way.
Excellent point.
Yeah.
And
I
they
thought
have you fearing death.
Yes,
Or
and that's
afraid
the
of
biggest
heights.
one right there. That's the
Or afraid
biggest
of
one right there. And that's how man has bought into the Christian narrative of going to heaven after you die.
Yes.
Because they think that if they just have faith, they're going to live on forever. Well, you do live on forever. But, you know, that's when I get to the point to where I remember when reincarnation was enough. Remember that?
Nope, never.
I do. I remember when reincarnation was a big deal and it was like, oh God, I get to come back here again. This is fun. And, you know, I don't mind being here. I like breathing and farting. Through all the bullshit, I love being here.
Well, you might have wished that on yourself, you know, all these people out. Well, if I only know now what or then, you know, know now.
You might not have been here.
I'd do it all again better next time. Screw that noise. I ain't falling for that shit again.
Hold them thoughts captive.
This is it.
Jerry, do you mind being here through all the bullshit?
No, I mean, you know my situation. I ain't doing real good, but man, I still fight for the love and the feelings that them butterflies in your stomach.
Right, man. Because I think as energy beings, we don't experience any of that stuff.
What I'm saying, that's why I think you got to have a vessel that takes three.
You have to have senses in order to feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, we got to learn how to feel. That's what it's all about, is learning how to feel.
I don't want to get run off. Good things.
Connection. Fine.
Sorry.
No, I don't mind being here to teach others. I don't want people to misunderstand me. I'm just saying I've done this enough times and I'm tired now. My chart says I don't have to come back anymore, so it just is what it is.
Well, we was talking about the three anyhow. You think it's 3 strikes you out?
Yeah,
no, I think you come back an infinite amount of times because information is like energy is like information. It doesn't die.
It's stored in the ether.
Right. It's always there.
Yeah.
And all real electricity is dielectric and magnetism brought together. It's the ultimate 2 into 1. You know, that's what electricity is.
Yep.
You know, you can it's just like when you walk across the floor, you rub your feet and then you touch something, that spark happens.
I don't even have to do that. I just reach out and touch something and it goes off.
And isn't death death DAATH, which is knowledge?
Daft is kind of dumb, isn't it? Isn't that what daft means? Or ignorant?
No, I think you said death. DEATH.
Death.
Oh, Daoth. Yeah, of the Tree of Life. Yeah,
yes.
Daoth.
Dot.
Yeah, Daoth is the center point of the Tree of Life, right?
It says we're all 10 Sephiroth in the Tree of Life are united as one.
Yes, that's God.
Yeah.
God is the 1 in the 0 brought together.
You know, they say that they're hiding Da'ath from us, but what we are doing is we are hiding Da'ath from us.
Thank you. Exactly. By buying into all of the they stuff. That's my point.
Yep.
That's what I say about they. You know, and I catch myself saying they all the time too. You know, because it's almost impossible. Especially when you read
death as well. It also means death, like you keep saying. If you die before you die, when you die, you don't die.
Yeah, truly, you don't die. And in the Emerald Tablets, over and over and over, it speaks of we know life that is not true. Man holds a covenant or holds life as the ultimate supreme thing when life is not of life as we think life is. You know, death in true living is in death, the true death, which is the death before you die. So when you die, you don't die.
Right.
The Stranglehold song, you know, where he says you don't have to go.
Right. But yeah, I hope people have, and that's another thing. I just looked down at the chat and those devil women corrupted me. And to be honest with you, I like the feeling of, you know, procreation or whatever, practicing to procreate. You know, that's another feeling that the ultimate. You know what I mean? I enjoy that.
I think we got more than 5 senses.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just bringing that up because, I'm the ultimate, whatever. I like that. But I mean, not in a negative sense or the addicted to porn sense. You know what I mean? Because, whatever. I enjoy it. I enjoy feeling things. I enjoy smelling the flowers. I enjoy hearing the birds. I enjoy hearing the music, getting goosebumps when you hear music. The goosebumps to me is the ultimate. It's the ultimate orgasm right there too.
Some people like, they can hit that note, man. It just
it goes right through you.
It makes me
right. So what do you think the goosebumps are? They're an electric phenomena. It's just like the EKG machine picks up on the electricity within our anu, which is our heart. There's no coincidence that the anu is in the shape of our heart.
Well,
right.
And that's where the
bless your beautiful young soul. When you've been here as much as I've apparently been here, then you'll understand where I want to get out. I just have this feeling like I've been here way too many damn times.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been here way too many times too, but I love being here, and I
keep coming back. Earth, I think it's beautiful. I don't enjoy it at all as humans.
Cosmic Christie is who you need, Mr. Eric.
She hasn't answered my email, so
just in the carnal sense. Yeah, the carnal is the physical, right? Is that what carnal? Taking care of a schizo mother makes it all quite impossible. But Miles, that's going to come back tenfold for you, brother.
Mm-hmm. Love your enemies as yourself. And I loved my mother growing up.
Yeah,
in that dysfunctional family with those hateful people. I determined that they were going to love each other at least one day every day, and started a little saying that no one wanted anything to do with, but I did it anyway. Good night, sweet dreams, and I love you, delivered with a hug and a kiss. Yes.
Yeah, I had the thought of which one of my parents is going to die first. And, I thought, I hope it's my mom. And guess who died first? My dad.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you that you shouldn't even think like that.
Right.
And I by no means want my mom to die, but that's neither here nor there because we're all going to die, right?
Job gets it all back in the end.
One way or another. And Job gets it back. What? Was it double? Was it tenfold? Was it 100-fold?
And Miles, that's why we love you, brother, because you do what is right regardless. And we know that. And I think everybody here does what's right regardless. And that's why we're here together.
Cain was Satan. That's why his curse was his heels be bruised. And that's why you go in Job, he was walking up and down to and fro the earth. But that's us too. Our heels are slaves, tired of walking.
We're all freaking Satan. We're all devils. We're all sinners. We're all this and we're all that in the flesh because we have no choice but to be.
I just have a feeling it's all going to work out just fine.
Yes, it will. And that's the mindset we have to have because if you don't have that mindset, if you don't have faith in humanity, you have nothing.
Well, Jesus said it, we do greater things. We can weather the storm.
Which brings us back to you guys all have to have the sense that the reason why you're here talking about this stuff is because this is what you were here for.
There's no
and the adversary makes you stronger. Think about it anytime. If you're getting smacked by a bunch of rocks, you're just going to grow thicker skin.
Very true. A bruise makes it stronger, right?
Job got it back twofold.
Right. But hey, guys, I appreciate you guys all talking with me today, and we'll finish this tomorrow, or as soon as I get a hotel room, I'll do a live stream from the hotel room, and we'll do it. We'll finish this book of Thomas thing up, or this Gospel of Thomas, because we're only halfway through it.
That's a good idea until you get hotel internet, and then you're like, oh shit.
But I got my phone that I pay $500 freaking a month for.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
$500 a month for phone and $600 a month for power.
How exciting.
Yeah.
You can have 2 houses.
We need to invent a freaking free energy device real quick.
You can have 2 houses in
Tennessee. We have them
already.
already.
And then you can just turn around and plow the mud.
Plow the mud.
It's like the same concept, but it's mud and it's here year round.
Well, Eric, I'll be down there on Saturday or so, and you're gonna have to meet. Me and Jerry will go fishing, man.
Saturday?
On Saturday or Sunday, yep.
In South Carolina?
South Carolina or Tennessee.
Have great travels, Steve. I hope you have a joyous time.
Thank you.
Make plans, so let me know. It's not like
Eric says, keep him posted.
It's not like a 30-minute drive.
Well, how far is it?
It's 4 hours in Knoxville for me, and where he's at in South Carolina, probably 8 to 10.
Yeah, I'm 3.5 from Nashville.
Oh, where are you at?
Well, both of you guys send me your address because I'm going down in that direction, and I'll stop by your house.
All right.
And I'll say hi.
Steve, I really appreciate the work you do, man.
I know, right? Oh.
And I think.
Hey, I'm in this.
You beautiful man.
I'm in this for me, not just you.
We wouldn't have this platform, though. You know what I mean? Without, I hate to say them, but the works they've done to give us this internet to commune with each other and come to the truth.
Ha ha, the truth. Yeah.
Miles brings up a good point. How better for the controllers to collect our information?
Yeah. Well, we already talked about that. That's Sophie.
All right, guys.
Right when he says about.
I love you guys.
Love you, chicken grease.
Later, y'all.
Later, everybody.
All right, Eric. Rodney.
I love you all.
Love you.
Wow.
Love you. Be good.
Take it easy, guys. Love you.
Later. The new girl.
Yes.
Later, Chris.
Sub my channel, woman. Sub my channel. I need to talk to you.
Oh, I got to figure out the name of your channel. Love to all of you.
I'm gonna comment in here, and then you just click it.
Yeah, just
okay. I'll figure it out.
It'll take you to my channel. Click this. There. Click the triple dots, and it'll take you to my channel. Triple dots.
My triple dots just say disconnect audio.
No, her triple dots.
Oh.
Yeah, click my triple dots.
Where are you?
Right here at the bottom.
Oh, she doesn't see you.
Do it one more time. I think I did see her.
Yeah.
Rainbow Phoenix.
Yeah, Rainbow Phoenix.
Okay, so I clicked the word Rainbow Phoenix.
It's the blue box up in the upper right-hand corner.
Okay, no blue box.
Where it says Rainbow Phoenix?
It doesn't say Rainbow Phoenix.
Oh, I mean in live chat.
Over
here on the internet, on YouTube.
Oh, she's talking about the YouTube feed.
Yeah. This will take
I'm
you
in chat on Zoom right now.
Go to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go to a YouTube
channel and go on the live chat and then click on her icon.
Click on me in live chat in the YouTube. Yes.
Okay, so tell me the name of your channel again, hon. I'm sorry.
Rainbow Phoenix, Holy Spirit, Purifying Fire of Truth.
Rainbow Phoenix, Purifying Fire. I'll just do Rainbow Phoenix Purif, see if it comes up.
It'll come up.
It should. It should.
Oh, I got it. Okay, so now I'm going there.
Yes, and then sub my channel.
Later, guys.
Later,
yeah,
Steve.
Later, all.
Love.
Love.
Thanks, Chris. Bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Okay, now I went to your